Edwards. Second base, Brendan Duncan. Jermaine Ducham is at first base. Catching, Justin Lutz. Starting pitcher, number 41.
From Story Field on the campus of Lower Columbia College, welcome to game number 13 of the 2019 NWAC Baseball Championships, a game we're going to get started a little bit early. Scheduled start was 5:35, and looks like we're going to beat that by a little bit. We've got the Everett Trojans, the number one team out of the north, the only unbeaten team in the tournament, taking on the Spokane Sasquatch, the number one team out of the east. If here's the scenario: if Spokane wins today, Lower Columbia would play Spokane tomorrow at 12:05. The winner of that game earns the right to play Everett at 3:35 for the championship. If Everett wins, they'll watch while Spokane is out, and then Everett would have to play Lower Columbia. Lower Columbia needing to win twice tomorrow, and that first ball game tomorrow would start at 12:05. We're just about ready to get this ball game underway. Everett and Spokane. Everett, the visiting team. Let's look at their lineup. Charlie Larson bats leadoff. He's at third. Sam Linscott bats second in center. Austin Hauk bats third at second. Kyle Rodriguez is the shortstop batting cleanup. Kenny McCormick bats fifth, the DH. Nick Klemp bats sixth. He's the catcher. Nolan Smith is in right field batting seventh. Mitch Albin bats eighth at first base. Takeshi Kubota bats ninth in left. And the pitcher is Jacob Bradley. And we're going to get this game started, so we'll pick up the lineup for Spokane in just 1 minute. The time of the first pitch, 5:30. 5:30 right on the nose, so we're starting about 5 minutes early. And with the late nights we've had the last couple nights, I don't think anybody's really going to mind. The pitch was inside, second pitch a little high, and the count is 2-0. Nick Merkel is the pitcher. 5-3 record on the year. Earned run average of 4.26. Tall, lanky right-hander. The 2-0 pitch is a curveball in for a called strike. And the count is 2-1. Charlie Larson is the batter for Everett, hitting .290 on the year. There's the next pitch. It's a curveball. It is inside. Merkel, 6'7", sophomore out of Ferris High School in Spokane. Here comes a 3-1 pitch. Chopped down to the third baseman. Fielded there by Levi Brenneman, who throws across in time. So Charlie Larson is out 5-3. One man down here in the top half of the first, and that'll bring in Sam Linscott. Linscott hitting .327 on the year with 7 home runs. Sophomore out of Lakewood High School up near Marysville. Right-handed batter. Merkel ready. The pitch, curveball down low. Merkel pitches from the stretch with nobody on base. In the ball game just preceding this one, Lower Columbia down Tacoma, 8-2, eliminating the Titans. The 1-0 pitch lifted in the air, foul down the right field line. And the count evens up at 1-1. Ball falls in amongst the picnic tables way down there. Breeze blowing right now from right to left. So if you can get it up in the air to left field now, you got a chance to get it out of here, and that does not normally happen here. Normally that wind blows in from left field towards home. There's a pitch lined out toward the shortstop, and it gets under the glove of the shortstop, Jace Edwards, and we'll see how they're going to score that. The Brain Trust down on the other end of the press box is still debating on that one. They're going to call that a base hit, so a hit for Sam Linscott. He's aboard with a single.
Yeah, good job, Sammy.
And that'll bring in Austin Hauk. Hauk, the second baseman for Everett, hitting .295 with 2 home runs. Linscott gets his lead over at first. The pitch swung on and missed. Boy, I'll tell you what, Hauk had an absolute rip. Turned into a lovely day here in the Longview-Kelso area. Current temperature 73 degrees, gentle breeze. Wind has kind of died down a little bit now. There's a soft toss over to first.
Yeah.
0-1 the count on Austin Hauk.
Here we go, Hal.
Right-handed batter out of Archbishop Murphy High School. The pitch is a curveball, drops in for a strike. And the count is 0-2.
Yourself now. Here we go, kid.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nick Merkel is a very imposing young man out there on the mound. Outfield straight away for Austin Hauk. Kyle Rodriguez is on deck. Here comes a pitch, curveball just outside. Good waste pitch that time by Merkel. And the count is 1-2. Well, we had a nice crowd for the Lower Columbia game today. Here comes instead, it's a toss over to first base. Diving back in easily was Linscott. Hoping to have big crowd tomorrow as well. Merkel has the sign he wants from his catcher, Justin Lutz. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Down low and away, a fastball. Count evens up at 2-2. As a team, Everett hits 268. Here comes the next pitch. A little bit high. Ball 3, 3-2 the count. Not a huge crowd from Everett, but boy, they're vocal. They're into their ball club. Merkel ready, checks the runner at first, comes to the plate, popped up, out of play, first base side. Count remains full, 3-2 on Austin Hauk. 306 down the left field line, 342 to left center, 387 to straightaway center to hit a home run. You have to put it on the roof of a two-story batting barn, 354 to right center, and 326 down the right field line. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Hauk down on strikes. That's two men down here in the top of the first, and that'll bring in Kyle Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the Everett shortstop, hitting .270 on the year with 2 home runs. Merkel has the sign come set. Here comes the pitch. In there for a called strike. Breaking ball right at the knees on the outside edge. Nice pitch by Nick Merkel. And the count is 0-1 on Rodriguez. Kenny McCormick is in the on-deck circle for the Trojans. Everett wearing the road gray today. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss at high heat. And the count quickly 2 strikes on Rodriguez. Spokane with the white pinstripe pants and the navy blue jerseys. Now that wind has kind of swung around a little bit and is blowing in from the left field fence. There's the next pitch, breaking ball, a little bit high, and the count is 1-2. Merkel has the sign he wants. Again, a check of the runner, delivers. There's a ground ball right side through into right field. It's a base hit. The runner from first is going to hold up at second. That's Sam Linscott. So 2 hits here in the top half of the first inning for Everett. They threaten with 2 men down, and that'll bring in Kenny McCormick, the designated hitter. McCormick, a .229 hitter on the year with 1 home run. Having a terrific tournament, hitting .444 here in the NWAC championship. Right-handed batter. Outfield straightaway, center fielder Vandervert's pretty deep. Here comes the pitch, curveball, drops in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Nice pitch by Nick Merkel. Boy, Caden Vanderwerf was solid for the Devils today in that win over Tacoma. Tacoma got both of their runs in the 3rd inning, and after that, Vanderwerf was in complete control. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, and it'll cost him. Pitch was in there for a strike, count 0-2. And certainly Ryan Mummert's squad, nothing to hang your heads over. They're a solid ball club. They had a terrific season, and they wound up in the Final Four of the NWAC championships. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball one. 1-2 the count. Started off with 8 teams, and we're down to the final 3 now. Merkel checks the runner out at second. The 1-2 pitch. Down low and away. Good stop by the catcher, Justin Lutz, and the count evens up at 2-2. Here you get a good shot of Merkel. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled at the plate. Ball comes about 8-9 feet behind the plate. Picked up by the Everett on-deck batter, Nick Klemp. Starting to get some high filtered clouds right now. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice slow breaking ball by Nick Merkel. McCormick way out in front of it. And that'll do it for Everett here in the top half of the first. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 runners left. On to the bottom of the first. The score, Everett, 0. Spokane coming to bat.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
On to the bottom half of the first. No score. Everett put up a 0. Their top half of the inning. Spokane coming to bat. Jordan Summers, Jaden Vandervert, and Christian Padilla will hit against Jacob Bradley of the Everett Trojans. He is a right-hander. 5-2 record on the year. 3.25 earned run average. Summers hitting .371 on the year. Left-handed batter. Stands in. Even stance. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fastball that tailed away from the left-handed hitting Jordan Summers. Summers gets back in that left-handed batter's box. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball high and away. Count evens up at 1-1. Summers wears that number 25 on his jersey. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside ball 2. Summers a freshman out of Lewis and Clark High School in Spokane. Bradley working quickly. The next pitch, it's inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. With Vanderwerf getting the complete game for the Red Devils today, that boy really protects the pitching staff for tomorrow. The 3-1 pitch, up high, ball 4. So a leadoff base on balls to Jordan Summers. And that'll bring in Jaden Vandervert, the center fielder. Vandervert hitting 192 on the year. Like Summers, a left-handed batter. Here comes a pitch. Squared as if to bunt, pulled it back, took the pitch outside, and the count is 1 ball. Gets back in that box, taps the plate. Short lead at first by Jordan Summers. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. There's a bunt in the air and a diving attempt in foul territory by Mitch Albin, the first baseman. Good hustle by Albin. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on Vandervert. In the tournament, hitting 200. Jacob Bradley ready. Comes set. The 1-1 pitch. The runner from first goes. Pitch fouled into the screen over the third base grandstand. Count 1-2 on Vandervert. Center fielder Lynn Scott pulled a few steps over into left center. Right fielder Nolan Smith plays fairly well off the line. Bradley ready. Here comes the 1-2. There's a fly ball lifted into right field, playable. Now all of a sudden Nolan Smith has to really come in and does make the catch. That ball did not have the carry that Nolan Smith thought it was going to have. And after drifting to his left, all of a sudden he made a beeline in toward the first base area and caught it about 35 feet in outfield territory. So 1 man down, and that'll bring in Christian Padilla, the right fielder. Padilla, 294 hitter. As a team, Spokane hitting 255. There's the pitch, hit on the ground out toward third baseman Charlie Larson. He goes down to second for 1. There'll be no relay, as going in pretty hard there at second base was Jordan Summers. And they're going to call Christian Padilla out. Yep. You see the replay right there as he went in with a hard slide into the second baseman Austin Hawk. So Christian Padilla is out. That will complete the inning for Spokane here in the bottom half of the first. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 1 scoreless Everett in Spokane.
I chose Centralia College because I wanted to stay close at home while getting a great education. Playing for a smaller school has a strong sense of a community, and they just want to see you succeed. We're bigger than just a team. We're a big family. My name is Dylan. I play baseball at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
On to the top half of the second inning. No score. Everett and Spokane. Fans, don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Under Armour gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. Understand they've got a new batch of hoodies in. Get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit them online at nwacstore.com/NWAC. Nick Klemp will lead it off for Everett. He'll be followed by Nolan Smith and Mitch Albin. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup to face Nick Merkel. Comes the pitch, in there for a called strike. Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for summer quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Merkel ready. The 0-1 pitch down low and away. Ball 2, or check it. 1-1 the count now. 1-1 the count. Merkel pitching from the stretch. Nobody on. Next pitch popped up. Shallow right field. Right fielder coming in. Calls off the second baseman. That's Christian Padilla, the right fielder, to make the catch. So quickly, one man down here in the top half of the second. And that'll bring in Nolan Smith.
Right fielder, number 15, Nolan Smith.
Smith hitting .255 on the year with 4 home runs. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss. Smith has a home run in the NWACs and in the championship series, hitting .273. Strong left-handed batter. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and in. Be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports, and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. Merkel ready, the 0-2. A little bit low. 1-2 the count. Merkel thought maybe he had him. The big right-hander ready, the 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul. First base side, right past the Spokane dugout there. Count remains 1-2 on Nolan Smith. Merkel has a sign he wants from his catcher, Justin Lutz. The 1-2 pitch, fouled into the screen behind the plate. Count remains 1-2. Merkel ready. Here comes the 1-2. Popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Brenneman giving chase. Goes over and boy, made the effort. Man, I'll tell you what. Tried to climb that wire fence down there and go up and get that ball and just couldn't quite come up with it, but not for lack of effort. And there you're going to see the replay right there as he tried to climb that fence. Just a good effort there by Levi Brenneman. Count remains 1-2 on Nolan Smith. Merkel ready, the 1-2. Up high, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Boy, center fielder Jaden Vandervert is very deep for Nolan Smith. He is way out there. For that matter, they're deep all the way around. The 2-2 pitch hit sharply on the ground out toward the second baseman, and he boots it. That's going to be an error on Brendan Duncan. So Nolan Smith is aboard. First error of the ball game on Spokane. And Mitch Albin, the first baseman, steps in, hitting .301 on the year. Albin out of Archbishop Murphy. There's the pitch. Curveball drops in for a strike. Count 0-1. Temperature currently 73 degrees here in the Longview-Kelso area. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball down low and away. Count evens up at 1-1. That wind that's been switching around from right to left. Very gentle breeze right now from right to left. Every once in a while it swings around and blows in over the left field fence towards home. There's a runner goes, pitch fouled off to the right of home plate. Count remains 1-2. Nolan Smith will head back to first base. Albin, long look down to his third base coach. Merkel ready. Here comes the pitch. Curveball lifted foul. Up and out of play, first base side. So Albin making Nick Merkel work hard. Takeshi Kubota is in the on-deck circle. Merkel, long hesitation, the 1-2. There's a fly ball lifted into deep left field. Left fielder Summers going back on the ball. He's going to run out of room. It's going to be a home run. A 2-run home run off the bat of Mitch Albin here into the bottom half of the second, or check that, top half of the second. And Everett has taken a 2-0 lead. There you see the replay on it. The left fielder Summers went back as far as he could go, and that ball hit off that back fence at the back of the bullpen area. So Mitch Albin puts Everett on top, 2-0 here in the top half of the second, and that'll bring in the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Takeshi Kubota. Boy, Kubota made a terrific diving catch in left field last night. The pitch in there for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Takeshi, left-handed batter, hitting .266. Again, that wind just gently blowing out, but when it does, it makes a difference. We're so used to it here in the Longview-Kelso area, blowing hard in, especially this time of the day, that this being a rarity where on occasion it's blowing out. You put a little bit of wind behind that ball, and we're going to see some fly out of here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2 the count. That error proves costly. Here comes the 1-2. Chopped. Third base side. Going to be a tough play. Fielded nicely by the third baseman, Brenneman, but not in time. As legging out an infield single is Takeshi Kubota. Good effort by Levi Brenneman, but he had to wait for the ball to come down, then kind of short hopped it. And Takeshi, with good running speed, legs it out, so he's aboard. We go back to the top of the order for Charlie Larson. The pitch, curveball, inside. 1-0 the count. Does not appear that anybody's throwing yet down in the Spokane bullpen early in the going here. Merkel not throwing badly. Just gave up the long ball after an error. There's a chopper third base side, and Brenneman tries to backhand the ball, and it kicks off his glove, and we'll see how they score that. That is going to be an error on Levi Brenneman. So 2 errors in the inning on Spokane. On the play, Takeshi Kubota moves into second base. Larson is aboard at first. And in steps Sam Linscott. Linscott singled his first time up. Right-handed batter stands way off the plate. The pitch is a little high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Linscott with good power, 7 home runs on the year. Merkel, the 1-0 pitch, outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count.
Here we go, Sam.
Merkel looking down to his catcher, Justin Lutz. Now comes set. The 2-0 pitch. In there for a called strike on the inside edge, and the count goes to 2-1. Merkel. Again, a look at the runner at second, delivers. There's a line drive into right field, falling. It's in for a base hit. The runner from second around third. The throw comes into the plate, way up the first base line, and in easily from second base is Takeshi Kubota on the play. Charlie Larson moves around to third. And on the throw at the plate, Sam Linscott comes into second base. And we're going to get a visit to the mound as Everett has put up a 3 spot here in the top half of the second to take a 3-0 lead. So a couple of errors and 3 hits, and Everett is on the board. Take a peek at the weather forecast for tomorrow. It's supposed to be an absolutely lovely day here in the Longview-Kelso area. It's supposed to be about 75 degrees. So if you're looking for something to do, come on over to the ballpark. Let's pack this place tomorrow for Championship Monday.
Batters the second baseman, number 13, Austin.
The visit is over, and Austin Houck, the second baseman, stands in. Austin struck out in his only appearance. Here comes the pitch from Merkel. Swing and a miss at a pitch that was a little bit up and in. And the count is 0-1. Still just one man down here in the top of the second. Runners on second and third. Middle infielders play back. The 0-1. Curveball drops in for a strike, and the count is 0-2. They'll give up a run for an out. Kyle Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball just misses off the outside edge. That was a good pitch by Nick Merkel. And the count is 1-2. Merkel taking a lot of time now.
Here we go.
Big right-hander ready, the 1-2. Chop foul, third base side, makes its way past the dugout, rolling down the fence line down there. Being chased down the fence line by Takeshi Kubota, who just scored a run. Here comes again the 1-2 pitch. Curveball drops outside. 2-2 the count. Looks like we've got activity down in the Spokane bullpen. Merkel with that blonde hair coming out the back of his cap. The 2-2 pitch. Up high, ball 3. 3-2 the count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Lifted in the air. Foul territory. Going to drift out of play. I'll tell you what, Everett's up there getting their hacks in, and they're fouling off a lot of pitches, and they're making Nick Merkel work really hard. They did it in the first inning as well. Outfield straight away. Charlie Larson, the runner at third. Sam Linscott, the runner at first. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fouled into the glove of catcher Justin Lutz. So Austin Houck is down on strikes for the second time. And with 2 men down, that'll bring in Kyle Rodriguez.
The batter's the shortstop, number 7, Kyle Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, a sophomore out of Issaquah High School. Right-handed batter. Merkel steps off, and Rodriguez asks for time to adjust his batting gloves. Merkel checks the runner over at third. Here comes the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. Good curveball by Nick Merkel. And the count is 0-1. Merkel should be out of the inning. 2 costly errors on the part of his defense. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Chopped right back to the mound. Fielded there by Merkel. Runs halfway to the first base. Flips it underhand, and that'll do it for Everett here in the top half of the second. They come up with 3 runs on 2 hits, helped by 2 errors. And there were 2 runners left on base. The scores, we move to the bottom half of the second. Everett 3, Spokane nothing.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
On to the bottom half of the second, 3-0. Everett leading Spokane. Again, fans, don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise for T-shirts, sweatshirts, Under Armour gear, and more. Again, everything fully customizable. They've got a new shipment of hoodies, so the inventory's up. Get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit them online at nwacstore.com/NWAC. The first pitch to Justin Lutz, up high, ball 1. Lutz, the cleanup hitter for Spokane, hitting .292, and he is their catcher. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. At a pitch on the outside edge. Lutz calls time, gets back in. Next pitch inside. The NWAC is rallying behind the Wounded Warrior Project, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to honor and empower wounded warriors. Wounded Warrior Project connects the more than 100,000 wounded warriors, family members, and caregivers it serves with programs that empower them to live their lives on their own terms. Thanks to generous donors, the Wounded Warrior Project is proud to offer these services free of charge. Next pitch down low and away. To learn more and get involved, visit woundedwarriorproject.org. 3-1 the count on Justin Lutz. Here comes the 3-1. There's a sharply hit ball through into right field for a base hit. Ball laced in between the first and second baseman, so Lutz with the leadoff single. That gets the Spokane fans back into it. And that'll bring in Jace Edwards, the shortstop.
The Spokane shortstop, number 2, Jace Edwards.
Edwards, right-handed batter, hitting .237 on the year. A bit of a closed stance for Edwards. Lutz gets his lead over at first. A pitch behind him and comes all the way to the backstop. They just got away from Jacob Bradley. So Lutz moves on into second base, and the count is 1 to Jace Edwards. Brendan Duncan is in the on-deck circle. Here comes not a pitch, but instead a step back towards second, looking Lutz back. Jacob Bradley back up on top, working from the first base side of the pitching rubber. Outfield straight away. Here comes the 1-0. A little bit inside, and the count is 2-0. 2-0 on Jace Edwards. Spokane needing base runners, trailing 3-0 here in the bottom half of the second. Bradley ready, delivers. This one's down. Oh, low strike called. Your umpiring crew today: Tyler Schmidt, behind the plate. Brad McGee at first, Mark Hewitt at second, and Josh Marshall over at third. Mark Hewitt called balls and strikes in the first game, and Dave Andrew and I were talking. He did a terrific job. He called a very good ball game. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one's a little high. Ball 3, 3-1 to count. Brendan Duncan in the on-deck circle, who became a YouTube sensation last night after the home run, and of course with that haircut. There's the next pitch in there for a strike, and the count is 3-2.
Here we go. Here we go, kid.
Bradley looks down to his catcher, Nick Klemp. Checks the runner at second. The 3-2 pitch. Chopped foul, third base side. Count remains full on Jace Edwards. You're watching NWAC Championship Baseball on Topher Vision. Good to have Chris Garrad and crew in-house. They always do an absolutely terrific job. They've been here for every ball game. They'll be here tomorrow. 3-2, the pitch. Here it's hit on the ground down to the third baseman Larson, who fires across in time. So Edwards is the first out of the inning, scored 5-3. No advance by the runner out at second, Justin Lutz. And Brendan Duncan will stand in.
Second baseman, number 9, Brendan Duncan.
He handled the interview with Kirk Rowland so well. That was a terrific interview. Young man got a nice sense of humor and very well spoken. Here comes the pitch. Hits him. Slow breaking ball. Hits Brendan Duncan. So he'll trot on down to first base. Spokane with runners on first and second now with one man down. And in steps Jermaine Duchamp. Jermaine, the first baseman, hitting .285 on the year. Had 1 home run, 18 RBIs. He's a big kid. There's a pitch squared to bunt. Rode inside on him, and he fouls it off. If I'm not mistaken, I think earlier in the tournament he attempted to bunt and fouled it off, or took it off his hand. I'm pretty sure that was Jermaine that did that. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, this stays inside. Count evens up at 1-1.
Here we go, 2-5. Let's go, Trojans.
Jermaine pronounces the last name Duchamp, but he spells it D-U-C-H-A-M. He's a sophomore out of Lewis and Clark High School in Spokane. Stands fairly well off the plate. Slightly open stance. There's a look back to second base once again. Justin Lutz, the runner out at second. Brendan Duncan, the runner at first. Pace of the game slowed just a little bit here in the second, both in the top of the second as well as the bottom of the second. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. A little bit low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Kind of nice. I was on the way to the ballpark today and had my LC cap on. Went to the grocery store to pick up a couple things, and next pitch fouled behind the plate. And several people who I did not know wanted to engage me to talk about the Red Devils and how they're doing in the tournament. Still a good baseball town, Longview is. 2-2 the count on Jermaine Duchamp. Jacob Bradley ready, checks the runner out at second, comes to the plate. There's a fly ball lifted into center field. Center fielder Lynn Scott coming in, makes the easy catch. So 2 men down here in the bottom half of the second. And that'll bring in Kyle Lawson, the designated hitter. Lawson hitting .214 on the year.
Here we go. Let's go, Trojans.
Head coach JoJo Howie of the Everett Trojans stepped out of the dugout ever so briefly and hollered out some encouragement to his pitcher Jacob Bradley. Here comes the pitch. Check swing, it'll cost him a strike. Nice curveball that time by Jacob Bradley. JoJo Howie, once upon a time, a pretty good pitcher for this same Everett Trojan squad under Levi Lacey. And when Levi accepted a position in professional baseball, they promoted JoJo to be the head coach. The 0-1 pitch stays inside,
Here we go.
and the count evens up at 1-1.
Go 2-5.
Levi Lacey did a great job turning that Everett program around. And they've become a perennial power in the NWAC. The 1-1 pitch, lifted in the air, down the right field line. First baseman Albin going out, right fielder Nolan Smith coming across, and they're not going to be able to catch up to it.
Here we go.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Kyle Lawson.
2-5.
Cowlitz Black Bears start their season on June 2nd. Be interesting to see what kind of a collection of talent they've put together this year for the Northwest Summer League that they play in.
You got it. Here we go, kid.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Slow curveball lined into right field. It's down for a base hit. The runner from second is going to be held up at third as the throw comes in, is cut off. So Spokane with the bases loaded and 2 men down. Lutz moves from second to third. Duncan from first to second. And Kyle Lawson aboard with a single.
Number 4, Levi Brenneman.
That is 2 hits in the inning. And that'll bring in the number 9 hitter in the lineup, third baseman Levi Brenneman. Brenneman out of Flathead High School in Kalispell, Montana. Here comes the pitch by Jacob Bradley, lifted in the air in foul territory down the right field line. The right fielder Nolan Smith, with good hustle, chased it all the way to the fence line and ran out of room. 1 strike to count on Levi Brenneman. Jordan Summers, the leadoff hitter, is in the on-deck circle. We're in the bottom half of the second. 3-0, Everett leads Spokane. Everett will play tomorrow regardless. If Spokane loses, they're out. There's a sharply hit ball out to the first baseman, Albin, who hustles to the bag and gets the put out on Levi Brenneman. That will do it for Spokane here in the bottom half of the second. No runs on 2 hits. There were no Everett errors. 3 runners left on base. We've played 2. The score, Everett 3, Spokane nothing.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
On to the third inning. Nick Merkel back out to pitch for Spokane. And he will face the numbers 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the lineup. Kenny McCormick steps in to be followed by Nick Klemp and Nolan Smith. There's a line drive headed into left center field. It's down for a base hit. So Kenny McCormick, who's had an outstanding tournament, is aboard with a single. First pitch swinging. And that'll bring in Nick Klemp, the catcher.
Your turn. Here we go, buddy.
Klemp with a long look down to his third base coach before he gets in that left-handed or right-handed batter's box. Spits on the gloves, now steps in. McCormick gets his lead over at first. There's a bunt attempt, foul at the plate. Ball comes back toward the backstop. Count 1 strike on Nick Klemp. Third baseman Levi Brenneman even with the bag right now. First baseman Jermaine Duchamp holding Kenny McCormick on. Next pitch fouled away, cued off the end of the bat, off the right of home plate. And the count quickly, 2 strikes on Nick Klemp. Klemp, good catcher.
Here we go.
Hitting .255. There's the next pitch, line drive foul. Down past the dugout.
That man got it.
Heard it hit something down there. Not sure what it was. Might have been Chris Garad's truck, his production truck.
Sorry.
Merkel ready, checks the runner over at first, delivers, curveball down low and away, and the count is 1-2. Klemp back in that right-handed batter's box. Young man played baseball at Cascade High and Everett. Does a ground ball right out to the second baseman, Duncan, and he boots it. My goodness gracious. Boy, Nick Merkel is just not getting any help whatsoever from his defense. That was a perfect double play ball, and man alive, he just flat booted it. Boy, sometimes when things go wrong, they really go wrong. That'll bring in Nolan Smith, the right fielder.
Here we go, 1-5.
Squares to bunt, bunts it back toward the mound. Merkel, he bobbles it, picks it up and throws to first in time. There's a collision out there at first. I think everybody's going to be okay. The sacrifice is successful. Score that one 1-3. McCormick, the runner from second, moves to third, and Klemp, the runner at first, moves to second. So Everett, 2 runners in scoring position with 1 man down, and that'll bring in Mitch Albin, the young man who hit the 2-run homer back in the second inning. Towering shot to straightaway left field. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at a good fastball down in the zone.
Here we go, 5.
And the count is 1 strike. Takeshi Kubota in the on-deck circle for Everett. Here's the next pitch. Fouled up and out of play. First base side. Count quickly, 2 strikes on Albin.
Here we go, Mitch.
Albin, one of 2 players who played his high school baseball at Archbishop Murphy. Merkel ready, the 0-2. Wow. And it grazed him. The pitch was in behind him, and it just did graze his shoulder. So he is aboard. The bases are loaded with 1 man down.
Left fielder, number 34, Takeshi Kubota.
Takeshi Kubota with a chance to break this thing wide open here in the top half of the third. Bases loaded, 1 man down, and Kubota singled his first time up and scored a run. The pitch. Called a strike right on the outside edge.
Here we go, 3-4.
And the count is 0-1. Outfield straight away for Kubota. Here's the 0-1. This one's outside. 1-1 to count. We've had variable winds here today, and right now the flag hanging pretty limp. There's the next pitch, chopped over the mound. There'll be no play at the plate. The shortstop throws on the run to first base to get Takeshi Kubota, but on the play, Kenny McCormick will come in and score from third, as that was the only place that Jace Edwards had to go to record an out. Nick Klemp moves to third, and Mitch Albin moves into second. So with 2 men down, a run in, we go back to the top of the order for Charlie Larson.
Charlie Larson. You can use it right here, buddy.
Larson has bounced to third and reached on an error. Here comes the pitch. He squares to bunt. Bunts it out in front of the plate. Picked up by Merkel, who goes to first in time to record the out, and that will do it for Everett here in the top half of the third. But they come up with 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 2 runners left. We move to the bottom half of the third. The score, Everett 4, Spokane nothing.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College. We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
On to the bottom half of the third inning. Everett tacks on a run in the top half of the third to take a 4-0 lead over Spokane. And Jacob Bradley will face the top third of the Spokane lineup here as we go into the bottom half of the third. Jordan Summers, Jaden Vandervert, and Christian Padilla. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Everett. No runs on 2 hits, 3 errors for Spokane.
At the bottom of the third inning for the Sasquatch, top of the order, left fielder, number 25, Jordan Summers.
Here we go.
Here comes the pitch from Jacob Bradley. Hit right back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Boy, Summers just ripped it right over the head of the pitcher, Jacob Bradley. So he's aboard with a leadoff single. And in steps Jaden Vandervert. Vandervert skied to center. His first time up.
Let's do it. Right now. Let's do it. Here we go. Turn it.
Bradley ready, delivers, down low, ball 1. Be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. There's the next pitch, up high, ball 2, 2-0 the count.
Here we go, 2-5. Here we go.
Bradley works much slower with a runner on base. Summers gets his lead over at first, short lead. The next pitch, down low, ball 3, 3-0 the count. Find success at Pierce College, selected as one of the top 5 best community colleges in the nation. Pierce College offers more than 60 programs of study get started today at one of the nation's premier community colleges. The 3-0 pitch in there at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 3-1. Bradley looks over the left shoulder at that runner over at first, Jordan Summers. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Spokane with action here in the bottom half of the third. They get the first 2 runners aboard. Jordan Summers moves on down to second. Vandervert aboard with a base on balls, and that brings in Christian Padilla. Padilla was out on interference call on the back end of that.
Yes, he was.
As Jordan Summers, a runner going down from first, took out the shortstop there, so he couldn't relay the ball on, and by rule, Padilla was ruled out as well. There's a step off and a look back at the runner out at second, Jordan Summers. Bradley set. Here comes the pitch. There's a bunt, foul, third base side. Christian Padilla trying to move the runners along.
Okay, 2-5, here we go.
No balls, 1 strike on Padilla. Justin Lutz, the catcher's in the on-deck circle for Spokane. Again, if you just joined us, Lower Columbia down Tacoma today, so Tacoma is eliminated. Score that ball game 8-2. Bradley checks the runner at second, delivers a bunt attempt, not successful. It'll cost him a strike, and the count is 0-2. There was a snap throw down to first base, but getting back in, diving, was Jaden Vandervert. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Christian Padilla.
Okay, here we go. Good idea, Nick. Here we go, guys. Let's go, Trojans.
Bradley ready. The 0-2. There's a line drive into left field, falling fast. Left fielder Kubota fields it on 1 bounce and gets the ball in. That ball was hit so hard that the runner moving from second, Summers, could only advance as far as third. Moving to second base was Jaden Vandervert. So 2 hits plus a base on balls here in the inning. And Spokane has the bases loaded with nobody down. And here comes head coach JoJo Howie to the mound.
Great time to visit the
There's a right-hander standing down in the bullpen, and he is going to take the ball from Jacob Bradley, and he, in fact, is going to make a pitching change. So we'll step away for 1 minute. We'll be back. We're in the bottom half of the third. Everett 4, Spokane nothing, but Spokane threatening with the bases loaded and nobody down.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
The new pitcher for Everett is right-hander Aiden Adams. On the year, he has a record of 2 wins, no losses, earned run average of 2.67. He has appeared in 14 games, pitching a total of 27 innings. He has struck out 31, and he has walked 11. The batting average against Aiden Adams is a pretty minuscule 139. So Aiden Adams is in the ball game. He is a freshman out of Todd Beamer High School in Federal Way. And he comes in with the bases loaded and nobody down to face Justin Lutz, the cleanup hitter, and the catcher for Spokane. The first pitch is in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. So Spokane trying to claw back into this ball game, trailing 4-0 here in the bottom half of the third. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, down low, and the count evens up at 1-1. Jace Edwards is in the on-deck circle for Spokane. Adams will pitch from the windup with the bases loaded. Here comes a 1-1. It's down low, ball 2. Good stop by the catcher, Nick Klemp.
Here we go. Just warm up a little. Here you go. Let's go 8.
Lutz, after stepping out of the box, gets back in. Deep in the box, pretty close to the plate. 2-1 pitch, fouled behind the plate. Count evens up at 2-2. So JoJo Howie had Jacob Bradley on kind of a short leash today as he goes 2+ innings. Has not yet given up a run, but he did leave with the bases loaded, nobody down. There's a check swing, takes a pitch down low, does Jacob Lutz. So now the count runs full. No place to put him. Adams peers over the top of his glove. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Down low, ball 4. Now it's going to force in a run. So give Lutz an RBI. Jordan Summers comes in from third. Vandervert moves from second to third. Padilla moves from first to second. And Lutz is aboard. That brings in Jace Edwards. Edwards bounced to third, his first time up. Right-handed batter, the pitch, down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now all of a sudden the Spokane fans are back into it. The runners get their leads at all 3 bases. Adams ready, the next pitch. Right at the knees for a called strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Center fielder Lynn Scott pulled a few steps over into right center. The 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball lifted into right center. Lynn Scott going back on it, but he's going to be called off, and Nolan Smith is going to make the catch. The runner from third breaks. He'll come in and score. And also the runner from second, Christian Padilla, moves on into third. So Vandervert scores on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Jace Edwards, and all of a sudden it's a 4-2 ball game as Everett leading Spokane.
Second baseman, number 9, Brendan Duncan.
Brendan Duncan steps in. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Again, he had a home run yesterday. The first pitch catches the outside edge for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Adams checks the runner over at first. The 0-1 pitch, sharply hit on the ground, fielded there by the third baseman, goes to second for 1, on to first, double play. Nicely turned by Everett, 5-4-3, and that'll get him out of the inning, but Spokane does come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, 2 runners left. We've played 3 innings. The score, Everett 4, Spokane 2.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
On to the top half of the fourth inning. Nick Merkel back out to pitch for Spokane, and he'll face Sam Linscott. Linscott, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. He'll be followed by Austin Hauk and Kyle Rodriguez. Linscott has singled both appearances, so he's 2 for 2. Takes the first pitch, a curveball, drops in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. The 6'7" right-hander ready. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball, chopped foul at the plate. Count quickly, 2 strikes on Sam Linscott. So Everett with new life after they scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the third, trailing 4-2. Next pitch, up high, 1-2 the count. Center fielder Vandervert pulled a couple steps over into right center, not very far. Corner outfielder straight away. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. It is a foul ball, just foul. Diving attempt there by Levi Brenneman. That was foul by maybe a foot or 2.
That was a hair.
That was close.
Yeah.
So Sam Linscott will come back and do it all over again. Linscott, good-looking ball player.
Oh. Well, he was standing right there.
Now JoJo Howie going to go out and talk to the third base umpire, who was positioned behind the bag.
Let's take a quick concession. What do we think?
The visit continues, and now the third base umpire is going to call the other members of the umpiring crew in to have a visit. I'm not sure that you can actually, I don't think you can contest that. There you get a good look at the 4-man umpiring crew. Tyler Schmidt, the home plate umpire. Brad McGee at first, Mark Hewitt at second, and Josh Marshall is the umpire at third who made that call. And they are going to review.
Oh, they are?
Wow.
Wow.
The previous call is under video review.
I concur.
I think that's the first time I've seen a ball hit down the line reviewed, but I guess there's a first for everything. Give us a chance to tell you a little bit about the merchandise tent down the left field line here at Story Field. All kinds of new gear available in there, including hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, Under Armour gear, more. Everything fully customizable. Get your tournament gear today. You can order online at nwacstore.com/NWAC. They continue to review the video down the right field fence line. Second base umpire Mark Hewitt talking with one of the Spokane players. That would be Jermaine Ducham. Glad you're with us on Topher Vision. Every game produced and available online through YouTube on Topher Vision. Chris Garrad and his crew in-house always do such an outstanding job. Lower Columbia games broadcast on KLOG.com. And Lower Columbia will play tomorrow. And again, here's the scenario. If Everett holds on and wins here against Spokane, Spokane, on the basis of 2 losses, would be eliminated from the tournament, and Lower Columbia would play Everett tomorrow, needing to beat Everett twice. If Spokane wins, then Lower Columbia and Spokane would play the early game tomorrow at 12:05, and the winner would then play Everett for the championship at 3:35. And again, the weather forecast is quite good. So temperatures are supposed to be in the mid-70s. So if you're looking for something to do on Memorial Day, come on over to Story Field right here in Longview and take in some good collegiate baseball. So the call of a foul ball is confirmed. So the count is 1-2 on Sam Linscott. He'll get back in and do it again.
Here you go, Sam.
Fielder number 22, Sam Linscott.
Merkel ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Lifted in the air. Foul. Up and out of play. First base side. Count remains 1-2 on Linscott. Merkel ready. Here comes the 1-2. Line drive into right field, falling fast, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Good hitting by Sam Linscott. Just went with the pitch into right field. So he has a leadoff single here in the top half of the fourth.
Baseman number 13, Austin Hauk.
And that'll bring in Austin Hauk. Austin has struck out both times here in this ball game. .295 hitter on the year with 2 home runs. Right-handed batter. Squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, takes a curveball down low, and the count is 1 ball.
Here we go, kid.
Third baseman Levi Brenneman way up the line. Hauk back in that batter's box. Now Brenneman backs up a little bit. Now he starts to creep forward again. There's his squares to bunt. Instead, pulls it back, hits it out toward the shortstop, fielded there by the shortstop, Jace Edwards, and just a nice play. That was a slow bouncer, and you're going to get a chance to see the replay on this. Edwards charging hard and had to throw on the run, kind of cross body, and just a perfect throw to Jermaine Duchamp, and got him by about a stride. Good stretch over there by Jermaine Duchamp. So on the play, Sam Linscott moves to second base, score at 6-3, 1 down here in the top half of the fourth, and Kyle Rodriguez steps in. Merkel steps off after Rodriguez called time to step out and adjust his batting gloves. Here comes the pitch. Down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Kyle Rodriguez. Rodriguez has singled, and he has bounced back to the mound. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Down low, ball 2. Good stop there by the catcher, Justin Lutz.
Here we go, Trojans. Let's go, Seven. You got this. Here we go, kids.
Nick Merkel, the 6'7" right-hander, back up on top. Shortstop Edwards plays quite deep. Outfield straight away for Rodriguez. Kenny McCormick in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. This one's down. Low strike called. Right on the inside edge. Count now 2-1 on Rodriguez. Boy, Everett looked really good last night in their ball game against Tacoma. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Chopped foul behind the plate. Count evens up at 2-2 now on Kyle Rodriguez. Going to be kind of nice to get home at a decent hour tonight.
Here we go, Seven.
After the rain delays and games being pushed back yesterday, I pulled into my house in my driveway about 1 a.m. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Good pitch by Nick Merkel, and Kyle Rodriguez couldn't catch up with it. He's down on strikes. That's the 4th strikeout for Nick Merkel. And with 2 men down, Kenny McCormick will step in. McCormick has struck out. He has singled and scored a run.
2-4.
Here comes a pitch. Curveball in there for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. 4 runs on 7 hits for Everett. 2 runs on 4 hits for Spokane. Spokane has committed 3 errors behind their pitcher, Nick Merkel. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and it hit him. Hit him on the left forearm. So McCormick will trot on down to first base. So he's aboard. He's the runner at first. Linscott, who led off the inning with a single, is the runner out at second. And in steps Nick Klemp, the catcher.
That is the catcher, number 11, Nick Klemp.
Klemp has skied to right, and he reached on an error. Merkel ready, the pitch. In there for a called strike. Good breaking ball from the big right-hander, and the count is 0-1. Merkel with a long look down to his catcher, Justin Lutz. Comes to the set position, checks the runner at second, comes to the plate. Curveball hit on the ground left side. Fielded there by Edwards. Throw across in time to get the hustling Nick Klemp. And that will do it for Everett here in the top half of the fourth. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left. On to the bottom half of the fourth. The score, Everett 4, Spokane 2.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
On to the bottom half of the fourth inning, Aiden Adams. In relief of Jacob Bradley, he'll face the bottom third of the Spokane lineup. Jermaine Duchamp, Kyle Lawson, and Levi Brenham in the first pitch. Hits him, just grazed him, so Jermaine Duchamp on his way down to first base. He's aboard. And that'll bring in Kyle Lawson, the designated hitter. Now the home plate umpire is making his way down toward the third base coach and did not see what precipitated that. But they've had a quick conversation, not animated. And now the home plate umpire, Tyler Schmidt, makes his way back behind the plate. Lawson looking down to his third base coach. Get the sign. Now he's ready to step in. Lawson has singled in his only appearance. Spokane trailing 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. He squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike on the outside edge, and the count is 0-1. Adams checks the runner, Duchamp over at first, delivers the pitch. Called a strike right at the knees. Nice pitch by Aiden Adams. And quickly 2 strikes on Kyle Lawson. Lawson, a .214 hitter on the year. He is a designated hitter today. The 0-2 pitch, chopped to the right side. First baseman goes down to the shortstop covering, gets the lead runner there, but no chance to turn the double play as that throw was a little bit to the shortstop side of second base there, and Kyle Rodriguez did a pretty good job just to catch it and keep his foot on the base. So Lawson is on a fielder's choice. Duchamp is forced. And that'll bring in Levi Brenneman. Brenneman hit to the first baseman unassisted. Back in the second inning. The pitch. Down low and away, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Adams ready. The 1-0 pitch. Lifted in the air, right field. This may be trouble. This is just foul. Boy, not foul by much. Maybe a foot or two. We'll get a chance to see it on the replay on Topher Vision. And there you see it. And boy, it just was foul. Just was foul. Good call down there by the first base umpire, Brad McGee, who turned and made a run down the line to get a good look at it. So 1-1 the count now on Levi Brenneman. The leadoff batter, Jordan Summers, is in the on-deck circle. Again, we're in the bottom of the 4th. Everett 4, Spokane 2. The next pitch, a bunt attempt out in front of the plate, picked up by the catcher. Klemp fires to first. Not in time. He pulls the runner off. The throw pulls, not the runner off, but the first baseman off the bag. That was Mitch Albin. And there you see it. And yep, a good call by the first base umpire as his foot was off the bag by about 6 inches. See how they, E2, okay. That's an error on the catcher, Nick Klemp. And now the umpires are all going to get together and talk about it. On the play, Lawson moves down to second base. And they are going to review the play, and if they see what I saw, this play is going to stand. So the play is under review, so 2 of the umpires head down the right field line. Give us a chance to talk to you a little bit about Centralia College. Centralia College is your choice for associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly. I attended Centralia College for a couple years in my youth. And boy, that college has changed a lot since I was there. It's a beautiful campus now. They've done a lot of nice things. And the athletic director there, Bobby Peters, stopped by first day of the tournament along with his son, Christian Peters, who pitched for the Black Bears last year. And said they are going to build a new multi-purpose sports facility right near the campus that will allow them to play softball and baseball. We're getting a rain shower here right now. I mean, there's like hardly any cloud cover whatsoever, and we have got a light rain shower. Can you believe it? The play has been upheld. The call's been upheld. There's a pitch to Summers. Popped up third base side, foul territory. Larson makes the catch. So Summers is out. That is the second out of the inning. And the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Jaden Vandervert, will step in. 2 down, runners on first and second. I can't even hardly believe we're getting a shower out of this. It's not going to last very long. It is Washington, right? The first pitch to Vandervert drops in. You hear the people in the stands and they're all saying, where'd this come from? Still about 70 degrees here. So it's a warm shower. 0-1 the count on Jaden Vandervert. Christian Padilla is in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 0-1. Chop to the right side. Diving attempt out there rather by Hawk. I thought he got a glove on it. He did not. A run comes in. The throw to third base, not quite in time. So Kyle Lawson comes in to score from second base. Levi Brenneman moves around from first to third. And Vandervert is aboard on a single. So a run in on the base hit by Vandervert.
Right here, Aiden. Here we go. Let's go, Trojans.
Runners on second and third. 2 men down. Potential tying runs out there, and Christian Padilla steps in. The pitch, swing and a miss. Had a pitch down in the zone, and the count is 1 strike. So we had a hit batter, a fielder's choice, and error that looms big. A pop up to the third baseman, and then a single. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-3 ball game. The next pitch, down low. The count evens up at 1-1. Spokane starting to creep back into this ball game. Everett got out with 3 runs in the second, added a 4th run in the third. Spokane came back with 2 runs in the third. They've now added a run in the 4th. There's a ground ball out to the second baseman, Houck. Houck throws to first in time, and that'll do it for Spokane here in the bottom half of the 4th. But they come up with 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Everett error and 2 runners left on base. We've played 4. The score, Everett 4, Spokane 3.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
There you get a view of the rain shower on Topher Vision as they pan across the trees down the left field line. And again, it's amazing. It's like there's not very many clouds up there, and they're light clouds at that, but we've had a fairly good shower here. Merkel to pitch to Nolan Smith, Mitch Albin, and Takeshi Kubota. The first pitch down low. Merkel has not thrown bad. He's given up 4 runs on 7 hits, but he's not been helped by 3 errors by his defense. There's a ball hit in between first and second. It's going to squib on through into right field for a base hit. So a seeing eye base hit off the bat of Nolan Smith. He's aboard to lead off the top half of the 5th. And that'll bring in Mitch Albin. Albin, a 2-run home run, and then was hit by a pitch. Smith gets his lead. He goes. Pitch up high. Throw down to second base. And it is in time. Nice work on both ends. Good strong throw by Justin Lutz. And then a good job by the shortstop, Jace Edwards. And there you see the replay of it. The runner going down, Nolan Smith, tried to elude the tag of Edwards, but could not. So the bases are empty now. There's a foul ball, first base side. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on Albin. Merkel ready, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, had a pitch down in the zone. And the count is 1-2. Albin's home run was into the left field bullpen. Still a slight shower coming here. The 1-2 pitch, curveball hit right back to the mound, fielded there by Merkel, who underhands to his first baseman, Jermaine Duchamp. So 2 men down, and that'll bring in Takeshi Kubota. Kubota singled and scored a run and bounced to short. Takeshi, a freshman out of Woodinville. Merkel ready, the pitch, curveball, swing and a miss. This has the makings of the easiest inning for the big right-hander. Kubota back in, the left-handed batter's box. Third baseman Brenneman, even with the bag, creeps up a little bit. Now the next pitch is a breaking ball down and in. Count evens up at 1-1. I'm just amazed at how deep the Spokane outfielders play. But then again, maybe they've got the speed to cover. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Nice curveball by Nick Merkel. And the count is 1-2. One-two pitch, fouled at the plate. Boy, I'll tell you what, Kubota just did get a piece of it. Takeshi listed at 5'9". Everett's going to have a lot of returning players next year. Pretty balanced roster. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Line drive down the left field line, hooking foul. Bounces out of the park down there and was fielded pretty cleanly by a fan who is wearing a Red Devil jersey down there. Looked like a number 16. I don't think Drew Barlow is still in the ballpark. That's his number for the Red Devils. Outfield pulls around a little bit to the left now. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Curveball lined into right center field, falling fast, and it's going to get down for a base hit.
There we go.
2-out single for Takeshi Kubota. He's had a good day. He's 2 of 3 now. And we go back to the top of the order for Charlie Larson.
Good. Here we go, Ted.
Number 10, Charlie Larson.
Larson bounced to third. He's reached on an error, and he's bounced back to the mound. Two nights ago, made a real key play in that game against Lower Columbia. The pitch is a curveball in there for a called strike. There was a bunt attempt. Pitcher fielded it and threw kind of wild down to third base, and somehow Larson managed to catch it and somehow keep his foot on the bag to record the out. There's a ball cued off the end of the bat. It makes its way into right field. It's a base hit. Just going with the pitch and flipping the bat out there was Charlie Larson, so he's aboard with a 2-out single. On the play, Kubota moves to second base. That's 3 hits in the inning for Everett, but still no score. And our runners on first and second, 2 men down. And in steps the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Sam Linscott. Just good hitting by Charlie Larson. Just go with the pitch.
Sammy. Come on now, kid.
Second baseman Duncan holding the runner now, slides back into position. The first pitch is a fastball, rides in, and the count is 1 ball on Sam Linscott. Austin Hauk is in the on-deck circle. So it looked like maybe Nick Merkel was going to have an easy inning, and now all of a sudden he's got a couple of runners on with 2 out.
Gosh, we need some runs. We need some runs right here.
Here comes the pitch. Hit on the ground left side. Diving stop by the shortstop. He knocks it down to keep it from going into left field, but it's going to be an infield single for Sam Linscott. So 3 straight hits. That'll be an infield single. And with 2 down, in steps Austin Hauk.
Second baseman number 13, Austin Hauk.
And we're going to get a visit to the mound, and we'll see if maybe they've got a hook. As Merkel's thrown a lot of pitches. There is a right-hander throwing down in the bullpen. They pull the entire infield in for the visit. And so far, no move to the bullpen as the right-hander continues to throw. And they are going to make the move. So that is going to be it for Nick Merkel, who actually threw better than the line would indicate. He'll leave, having given up 4 runs on 11 hits. But again, 3 really key errors in behind him did not help him at all. But he does leave with the bases loaded. So we've got a new pitcher coming in, and we'll step away for 1 minute. We'll be back. Again, we are in the top half of the 5th. The score, Everett 4, Spokane 3.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
The new pitcher for Spokane is right-hander Reed Harrington. He is a 6'5" sophomore out of Eagle, Montana. And I'm guessing he was probably a teammate of Eli Schubert of the Red Devils at one point. Eli, a freshman in terms of eligibility anyway. And so my guess is, and Eli is a pitcher as well, so they would have had a pretty good pitching staff over there at Eagle, Idaho. Anyway, on the season, Harrington, with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, did not give up an earned run. He appeared in 23 1/3 innings. He struck out 30, and he walked 4. So pretty good line for Reed Harrington, and he gets the ball up there in a hurry. And, boy, they need him to come up big right now because the bases are loaded with 2 men down here in the top half of the 5th. In a close ball game, Everett leading Spokane 4-3. So Harrington on to try to get a hold here and keep Spokane in this ball game. The first pitch fouled back into the screen by Austin Hauk. Hauk has struck out twice and bounced to short. .295 hitter on the year with 2 home runs. Harrington looks down to his catcher, Justin Lutz. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Good pitch by Reed Harrington. That brief shower that we had that blew in out of nowhere has moved on out of here now. Harrington ready. Runners get their leads at all 3 bases. The 0-2 pitch is a fastball down low and away. And the count is 1-2. Temperature still a very pleasant 72 degrees here in Longview. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled into the screen behind the plate. Count remains 1-2. Center fielder Vandervert pulled a couple steps over into right center. Corner outfielders straight away. Shortstop Jace Edwards plays very deep, as he has throughout the tournament. For that matter, Brendan Duncan, the second baseman, is very deep. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a line drive into left field. Left fielder Summers coming in. It falls in for a base hit. 1 run in. The runner from second, rounding third, to throw to the plate, gets away from the catcher, and 2-run score. The runner from first trying to score, slides, and he's out at the plate. Good job by the catcher to hold on to the ball. So Everett tried to score 3 runs on that play. They do, however, come up with 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The score as we move to the bottom half of the 5th. Everett 6 and Spokane 3.
I chose Centralia College because I wanted to stay close at home while getting a great education. Playing for a smaller school has a strong sense of a community, and they just want to see you succeed. We're bigger than just a team. We're a big family. My name is Dylan. I play baseball at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
Justin Lutz will step in and lead it off for Spokane here in the bottom half of the 5th. They now trail 6-3 after Everett plated 2 runs in the top half of the inning. The first pitch to Lutz is in there for a called strike. Lutz has singled and he has walked. He is the Spokane catcher. Young man out of Mount Si High School, up on top of Snoqualmie Pass. Fouls one, third base side. Count, no balls, 2 strikes on Justin. Correction on the line score from that last inning. It was 2 runs on 5 hits, not 2 runs on 4 hits. Here comes the next pitch. There's a line drive into left center field. It's down for a base hit. So Justin Lutz having a pretty good ball game. Leadoff single here. He is officially 2 for 2 on the evening. In steps Jace Edwards. Edwards has bounced to third and he's skied to right.
Shortstop number 2, Jace Edwards.
Right-handed batter. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. And a pitch down and away from Aiden Adams. Adams in relief of Jacob Bradley. Comes a pitch. There's a line drive into right field. The right fielder, Smith, comes in and makes the catch. That ball almost kind of took off on him a little bit, and he kind of had to stick that glove up to make that catch. Had a little more carry, I think, than Nolan was expecting. So 1 man down here in the bottom half of the 5th. And that'll bring in Brendan Duncan. Duncan was hit by a pitch and bounced into a 5-4-3 double play. Had the home run yesterday. There's a pitch, popped up, out of play, first base side. 1 strike to count on Brendan Duncan. Jermaine Ducham is in the on-deck circle. For Everett, 3 runs in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fifth. For Spokane, 2 in the third and 1 in the fourth. 6-3, Everett leads. The pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like he might have taken a little bit off of it. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes on Brendan Duncan. 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for Spokane, or Everett rather. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors for Spokane. Here's the 0-2 pitch, fastball down low. Some of the Everett faithful wanted that one, and I think that Aiden Adams wanted it too, but that looked low to me. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Wind blowing ever so gently right to left. The next pitch down low, ball 2, 2 into the count. Spokane won their opening game against Edmonds 5-2, then dropped a 6-2 decision to Tacoma. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Had a breaking ball down low and away. Duncan is down on strikes, and with 2 men down, that'll bring in Jermaine Dusham. Dusham has skied to center and was hit by a pitch, and then was forced out at second base. The pitch, right on the outside edge for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Tremaine, big, strong, right-handed batter. The 0-1 pitch, hit on the ground left side, through into left field for a base hit. And again, just going with the pitch, not trying to be too fancy with it. Lutz, the runner at first, moves on into second. Dusham is aboard at first. That's 2 hits in the inning, and with 2 men down, they have 2 men aboard for Kyle Lawson, the DH. Lawson has singled, and he's hit into a fielder's choice. Shortstop Kyle Rodriguez tying his shoe right now. That's the break in the action. Boy, taking him a little time. Now he's ready.
The DH, number 7, Kyle Lawson.
Lawson, the designated hitter for Spokane. Six-foot freshman. Adams ready to pitch, fouled up and out of play. First base side, makes its way over toward the campus. Count is 1 strike. Adams comes set, checks the runner out at second. The 0-1 pitch. There's a line drive headed into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. The runner from second is going to get held up at third, and good thing he did because that was a terrific throw from Sam Linscott in center field on the fly to the catcher, Nick Klemp. So the bases are loaded for Spokane, so they keep the pressure on Everett. So they've got 3 hits in the inning, and that'll bring in the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Levi Brenneman. Brenneman bounced back to the mound and reached on an error. The pitch, outside, ball 1. What a time to come up big for Levi Brenneman.
Here we go. Let's go, kid.
Right-handed batter stands well off the plate. Adams pitching from the windup with the bases loaded. Pitches down low, gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow the runner from third to come in to score. We've got a 6-4 ball game. Justin Lutz, who led off with a single, comes in to score from third. On the play, Jermaine Dusham moves to third. Kyle Lawson to second. And it's 6-4.
Here we go, nothing hurt. Here we go, Everett.
Potential tying runs aboard, and now we're going to get a visit to the mound. As the pitching coach for the Everett Trojans is out to have a word with Aiden Adams. In the meantime, we got a right-hander throwing down in the Everett bullpen. And the visit is over. It's quick. The catcher, Nick Klemp, who had joined in the conversation, makes his way back behind the dish. 2-0 the count on Levi Brenneman. The leadoff hitter, Jordan Summers, on deck. Adams ready, the 2-0 pitch. Pours it in there for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. Brenneman taking all the way. Adams ready, the 2-1. Fouled.
There you go.
Into the screen to the right of home plate.
There you go.
Count evens up now, 2-2. Brenneman steps out of the box, takes a practice cut. Adjusts his helmet, now gets back in, taps the plate. Adams ready, the 2-2 pitch. Lined foul, first base side. Count remains 2-2. Brenneman hanging tough in there against Aiden Adams. Adams in relief of Jacob Bradley.
Here we go, kid.
Turned into an interesting ball game. Adams ready, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Big time pitch by Aiden Adams. It could have been worse. He gives up 1 run on 3 hits. There were no Everett errors. 2 runners left. We've completed 5 innings. The score, Everett 6, Spokane 4.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
On to the top half of the 6th inning, 6-4 ball game. Everett leading Spokane. 6 runs on 12 hits for Everett. 4 runs on 8 hits for Spokane. Reed Harrington in relief of Nick Merkel for Spokane. And he will face the numbers 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the lineup for Everett. Kyle Rodriguez steps in. He'll be followed by Kenny McCormick and Nick Klemp. Harrington pitching from the stretch with nobody on. The pitch, chopped by the mound. Charged by the shortstop, Edwards. Fields by the bag. Throws to first in time. Good strong throw by Jace Edwards. So Rodriguez, first pitch swinging, bounces into a 6-3 out. And that'll bring in Kenny McCormick, the DH. McCormick has struck out. He has singled and scored a run, and he was hit by a pitch. Harrington working from the first base side of the rubber. The pitch, fastball, pours it in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Good fastball by Reed Harrington. He gets it up there in a hurry. He's a big, strong kid, 6'5" right-hander. Ready? Here comes the next pitch. Curveball, swung on and missed, down and in, or down and away. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes on Kenny McCormick. McCormick steps out of the box, now gets back in. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just off the outside edge, 1-2. Harrington tried to get McCormick to chase it just outside. Third baseman Brenneman plays pretty deep. In fact, the left side of the infield plays deep. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball down low. That might have been a little bit too low. That might have been a ball. So McCormick is a strikeout victim. 2 men down here in the top half of the 6th, and Nick Klemp, the catcher, steps in. Klemp is skied to right. He's reached on an error, and he's bounced to short. The pitch. Fouled. First base side. This one's going to drift out of play. In behind the picnic tables down there. Count 1 strike on the Everett catcher. Hitting .255 on the year. Harrington ready. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball right at the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Tell you what, Harrington's a mighty fine looking pitcher. He's ready, long hesitation. The 0-2, ball hit foul, first base side, makes its way by the Spokane dugout, and the count remains 0-2. Klemp just did get enough of that ball to get the bat on it. Once again, Harrington ready. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down low and away. Good stop by the catcher, Justin Lutz. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tell you what, the first couple days of the tournament, there were an awful lot of scouts here in attendance. Harrington again ready. Here comes a 1-2. That ball's hit out toward the shortstop, by the shortstop into left center field. Edwards made a diving attempt at it, could not come up with it, so a 2-out single off the bat of Nick Klemp, and that'll bring in Nolan Smith.
The right fielder, number 27, Tyler McLean.
Or check that.
Here we go, Tyler!
Tyler McLean is the batter. Tyler McLean. There's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 strike the count on McLean. Right-handed batter stands well off the plate. The next pitch is a curveball inside. Count evens up at 1-1. McLean, a 6'1" freshman out of Bonnie Lake. The 1-1 pitch, popped up. First base side foul territory, and it's going to drop into the open area just off the end of the grandstand down there. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tyler McLean. Mitch Albin in the on-deck circle.
Here we go, Tyler. Here we go, 2-7. Let's go get him, kid.
Slightly open stance for McLean. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Shallow right center. Second baseman Duncan drops back, makes the catch, and that'll do it for Everett here in the top half of the 6th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. On to the bottom half of the 6th. Everett 6, Spokane 4.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
your resourceful self at Clark College.
On to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Aiden Adams back out to work in relief of Jacob Bradley. And he'll face the leadoff hitter Jordan Summers to be followed by Jaden Vandervert and Christian Padilla. Here comes the pitch from Adams, a check swing, down low, ball one to Jordan Summers. Summers has walked, he is singled, and he's popped to third. Adams working quickly with nobody on base. Here comes the next pitch. Hit out toward the shortstop, fielded there by Rodriguez, throws across in time, and I'll tell you what, Summers was hustling up that line. Quickly, one man down here in the sixth. Be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. Also, visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on all schedules, scores, stats, and more. Vandervert steps in. The first pitch up high and away, ball one.
Look good, Aiden.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fouled. Into the glove of the catcher. 1-1 the count on Vandervert. Shadows starting to creep across the field now here at Story Field in Longview. Here comes the 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? They say he did not. And the count now 2-1. Walla Walla Community College athletes follow traditions of excellence in soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, and rodeo. The Warriors are proud to be in the NWAC. Next pitch, swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Nick Klemp. And the count evens up now at 2-2 on Jaden Vandervert. The 2-2 pitch, fouled up and out of play, third base side. After kind of a slow pace at the start of the ball game, pace of the game has picked up here over the last couple innings. Comes the 2-2 pitch, down just a little bit low, 3-2 the count on Jaden Vandervert. Vandervert is skied to center. He has walked and scored a run, and he has singled. Officially 1 for 2 on the evening. The 3-2 pitch, hit on the ground out toward the shortstop. Austin Houck fields, throws to first in time. So quickly, 2 men down here in the bottom half of the sixth. And that'll bring in the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Christian Padilla. Padilla, 1 for 3 on the evening. He singled back in the third.
One more, Everett. Here we go.
Adams working quickly. The pitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball. And the count is 1 strike. Adams working from the third base side of the pitching rubber. The next pitch, a fastball poured in there for a called strike. And the count runs to 0-2. Outfield straight away for Padilla. Justin Lutz, who's had a good day, is in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive right field, hooking foul. Going to make its way down toward the bullpen down there. Down in the right field corner. And the count remains 0-2 on Christian Padilla. Still no wind here in Longview. The next pitch, fouled at the plate. Count remains 0-2. Justin Lutz, the on-deck batter, chases that one down. Adams with a long look down to his catcher, Nick Klemp, ready the 0-2. Fastball just a little bit outside, 1-2 the count. 3 runs in the second, 1 run in the third, 2 runs in the fifth for Everett. That's their 6 for Spokane. 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth for their 4. The next pitch, fouled, chopped at the plate. Count remains 1-2.
You got this. Here
Home plate umpire Tyler Schmidt asks for some new baseballs, gets them.
You got this. Let's go, 8.
Adams peers over the top of his glove. He's ready, the 1-2. A little bit low. Some of the Everett faithful groan, and Adams was kind of starting to take a step toward the dugout.
That looked good.
Not enough that he showed up the umpire. He's back up there on top. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. checks or fouled at the plate. Chopped foul at the plate. Ball makes its way past the third base dugout. Rodriguez takes the cap off to adjust it, now puts it back on.
Here we go.
Gets back in that right-handed batter's box. Open stance for Padilla, rather. The pitch fouled at the plate, behind the plate. Well, I'll tell you what, Padilla hanging tough. He is really making Aiden Adams work.
Here we go, finish, here we go. Right here, kid.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Down low, ball 3, 3-2 the count.
Here we go.
Good at bat by Christian Padilla.
I'll say. Here we go. Right here. Right here.
Adams ready. Here comes the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Breaking ball. And Padilla, after starting down towards first base, turns around and kind of mutters something to the home plate umpire, Tyler Schmidt, but it's not going to do any good. He's out on strikes, and that will do it for Spokane here in the bottom half of the 6th. No runs on, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 6. The score, Everett 6, Spokane 4.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Baden, the official ball of you.
On to the 7th inning. Reed Harrington continuing to pitch in relief for Spokane. And he will face numbers 8, 9, and 1 in the lineup for Everett. That'll be Mitch Albin, Takeshi Kubota, and Charlie Larson.
Everett, first baseman,
Here we go, boys.
Albin has a 2-run home run. He was hit by a pitch, and he bounced back to the mound. There's a ground ball out towards second base. Duncan fields cleanly and throws. Mitch Albin hustling up that first base line.
Spencer from Kennewick has won the drawing, and he very kindly donated half of it back to community college athletics.
Nice.
In steps Takeshi Kubota. Takeshi's had a nice night. He's 2 of 3, has singled twice and scored 2 runs.
34, Takeshi Kubota.
Left-handed batter, Harrington. Ready, the pitch. Takeshi squares to bunt, tries to bunt, misses, and the count is 1 strike. Again, Harrington pitching from the stretch with nobody on base. Third baseman Brenneman way up on the cut of the grass. Harrington ready. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Good fastball right at the knees. That thing started on the inside edge and came right back over the middle. That had good movement away from the left-handed hitting Takeshi Kubota. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chopped foul, third base side. Good grab down there. One-handed grab by the coach in the third base coach's box. Outfield essentially straight away. A little bit of a gap in right center field for Kubota. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This one's fouled down the left field line. Shortstop Jace Edwards shaded a little bit toward third as well. So a big gap up the middle for Kubota. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This one's inside, fastball. Backs Kubota off the plate. Harrington ready, the 1-2 pitch. Up high, ball 2. Walla Walla Community College athletes follow traditions of excellence in soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, and rodeo. The Warriors are proud to compete in the NWAC.
Here we go, Talk.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Chopped, big, high chopper. This is going to be a tough play. Fielded there by Harrington, and he will not even attempt to throw it. In fact, he actually dropped the ball. So that'll be an infield single. Boy, that's for those of us old enough to remember, and I'm going to date myself, but that was a Manny Mota chop single, if ever there was one. So Takeshi Kubota is aboard.
Top of the order for the Trojans, third baseman.
And that'll flip it back to the top of the order for Charlie Larson. Larson has bounced to third. He's been on an error. Bounced back to the mound. And single. There's a toss over to first. Kubota dives back in. Harrington ready, the pitch. There's a line drive into center field, falling fast. It's down.
Well done, Charlie.
Charlie Larson aboard with a single. That moves Kubota to second base. So runners on first and second now with one man down, and Sam Linscott will step in. We'd like to thank the Red Lion, the official hotel of the Northwest Athletic Conference. With friendly service and unique local flair, Red Lion Hotels gets guests closer to main attractions and good times with full-service hotels and a wide variety of amenities. Harrington steps off the rubber, now gets back up on top. Linscott has singled in 4 straight plate appearances. He's had a terrific night tonight. Sam Linscott, the center fielder. The first pitch takes it a fastball right at the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Ready now.
Runners on first and second, one down. Everett threatening here in the top of the 7th. They lead it by a score of 6-4. Harrington ready, the 0-1. There's a ground ball, diving stop by the shortstop. Edwards throws to first in time to get Sam Linscott. That was a big-time play by Jace Edwards, and there you're going to get a chance to see it. Diving to his right, got to his feet, and threw a strike over to first baseman Jermaine Duchamp. Terrific play by Jace Edwards, robbing Sam Linscott. The runners move up. So Kubota is at third and Larson is at second. In steps Austin Hauk. 1 for 4 on the evening. The first pitch down low. Good stop by the catcher Justin Lutz.
It's not wasted. Here we go now. 1-3. You got this. Here we go.
Harrington working a little more slowly now than he did when he first came in the ball game a couple innings ago. The 6'5" right-hander ready. The 1-0 pitch to Hauk. Fastball down low. 2-0 the count. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly. Runners get their leads from second and third. The 2-0 pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side. Duncan fields cleanly, throws in time to get Austin Hauk, and that will do it for Everett here in the top half of the 7th. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. On to the bottom half of the 7th. The score, Everett 6, Spokane 4.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Aiden Adams throwing well in relief for Everett. Will face Justin Lutz, Jace Edwards, and Brendan Duncan. Numbers 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. First pitch to Lutz, down low. Or check that, a low strike call, and the count is 0-1. Lutz has been aboard all 3 times. He has singled twice, and he has walked. Here comes the 0-1. Chopped foul right side by the dugout. Count quickly, 2 strikes on the catcher for Spokane. Center fielder Sam Linscott had to chase down a baseball that got loose from the bullpen. That would be the Everett bullpen down in the left field corner down there. As a right-hander is warming up. Adams ready, the 0-2. There's a ground ball right side up the first baseline, just foul. Fielded well in behind the bag there by Mitch Albin. Count remains 2 strikes on Justin Lutz. Next pitch, swing and a miss. At a good fastball. Good heat that time from Aiden Adams. So Lutz is an out for the first time tonight. And that'll bring in Jace Edwards, the shortstop, who just made a terrific play in the top half of the inning. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. At a pitch down in the zone, and the count is 1 strike. Edwards looking for his first hit. He's bounced to third, he's skied to right twice. The pitch, 0-1. Called a strike right at the knees, 0-2 the count. Shadows continue to creep across the field here at Story Field in Longview. Next pitch fouled at the plate. Goes over toward the Everett dugout. Count remains 0-2 on Edwards. Here comes the next pitch. Chopped out towards short. Fielded there by Rodriguez. Kind of lost his balance as he threw. He threw short and kind of handcuffed Mitch Albin.
It's all right. Here we go, guys.
And that is going to be a throwing error on the shortstop, Rodriguez. There you see it. And you saw the stumble there as he threw the ball. So Edwards is aboard on an error. And that'll bring in Brendan Duncan. Duncan has been hit by a pitch, hit into a double play, and struck out. The first pitch, swing and a miss. Had a good fastball down and away, and the count is 1 strike. Outfield medium depth for Duncan. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Down low and away. Count evens up at 1-1. Adams checks the runner over at first. The 1-1 pitch. There's a ball hit sharply by the shortstop into left field for a base hit. So Duncan has his first hit. Runners on first and second now with one man down, and Jermaine Ducham steps in. Ducham is skied to center, been hit by a pitch and singled.
Here we go, Trojans!
Batter's the first baseman, number 42, Jermaine Ducham.
Ducham, strong right-handed batter. Runners get their leads over at first and second base. Second baseman Austin Houck playing close to the bag. Adams ready to deliver. Swing and a miss, man. I'm telling you what.
Nice pitch, Aiden!
Ducham took a healthy rip. He was trying to go downtown with that one and put Spokane on top for the first time in the ballgame. They've trailed all the way so far, and they're down 2 with the potential tying runs aboard and one man out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play, first base side.
Here we go, kid!
Count quickly, 2 strikes on Jermaine Ducham. Wears the number 42 on his jersey. Adams steps off the rubber, now gets back up on top. Right-hander has a long look down to his catcher, Nick Klemp. The 0-2 pitch. There's a fly ball lifted into right center field. Right fielder McLean coming on, diving, cannot come up with it. That's going to fall in there for a bloop single. I thought that was going to hold up long enough for him to get there, and not sure if he got a real good break on that ball. We're going to get a chance to see it, although not going to see the break on the ball. We're going to see him come in and make a diving attempt at it. Certainly good hustle. Could not come up with it. So an error and a couple of hits. And just like that, Spokane has got the bases loaded, and the potential go-ahead run is standing out at first base. And the batter is Kyle Lawson. And we are going to get a visit to the mound as head coach JoJo Howie is on his way out. My guess is that he probably has a hook, as he's had a right-hander throwing down in the bullpen for a good period of time. And he does. He asks for the baseball and gives his pitcher, Aiden Adams, a pat on the back. Says, thank you very much, young man. Let's turn it over to the bullpen. So with that, we'll step away for 1 minute. We'll be back. Again, we're in the bottom of the 7th. Everett 6, Spokane 4.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
The new pitcher for the Everett Trojans is right-hander Connor Olmstead. On the season, he has 1 win, no loss, an earned run average of 3.38. He has pitched in 32 innings. He has struck out 34 batters. He has walked 18, and opponents are batting 174 against him. He is a 5-foot, 10-inch sophomore out of Lake Stevens. He is one of 3 players from Lake Stevens on this Everett roster. Of course, Lake Stevens, basically just a suburb of Everett up there, much as Marysville is. Appears to have a fairly decent fastball and a fairly decent breaking ball. He comes into a pretty tight spot right now in relief of Aiden Adams, as Spokane has loaded up the bases with 1 man out. Everett trying to hold on to a 6-4 lead. Of course, Everett will play tomorrow regardless. They are the only unbeaten team in the tournament. But if they win, it just makes the road so much easier for tomorrow. It eliminates Spokane, and then Lower Columbia would have to beat Everett twice tomorrow to capture that title. Kyle Lawson will step in. Lawson has had a good night. He has singled, and he's singled twice, and he's hit into a fielder's choice. So officially, 2 for 3 on the night. Olmsted is ready. Pitching from the stretch with the bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. Outside, a breaking ball. The count is 1 ball.
Here we go, kid. You got this. Here we go.
Tense moments for the Everett faithful. First baseman Mitch Albin plays up on the cut of the grass.
Here we go.
Now creeps up a little more. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Instead, it's a throwback to second base. And getting back into second is Brendan Duncan. Jace Edwards is the runner at third. He reached on an error. Duncan, the runner at second, he singled. And Jermaine Duchamp at first, he singled. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Olmsted ready. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. 6 runs on 15 hits for Everett. 4 runs on 10 hits for Spokane. Spokane just won't go away. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball right at the knees on the inside edge. Called a strike. Lawson taking all the way. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for Spokane. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Curveball, down low, ball 3. No place to put Kyle Lawson. Potential good hitter's pitch coming up here. Shortstop Rodriguez plays back on the outfield grass. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Up high, ball 4. That'll force in a run as Jace Edwards comes in from third. Duncan moves to third. Duchamp moves to second. Lawson is aboard at first.
Lineup change for Spokane.
And we are, in fact, going to have a pinch hitter.
Number 24, Thomas Edwards.
Thomas Edwards will be the pinch hitter.
Go Trojans!
See if we can get a line on Edwards here. He's a left-handed batter. On the season, hitting .277. So pretty good hitter. Pinch hitting for Levi Brenneman. Olmsted is ready, pitching from the windup. The pitch in there for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Edwards. Even stance. Olmsted ready. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball outside. 1-1 the count.
Here we go now.
Edwards out of Central Valley High School in Spokane. Olmsted ready, the 1-1, hit to the right side, gets under the glove of the first baseman. Fields throws to the pitcher, covering in time. On the play, however, a run does come in to score, and we got a tie ball game. So they record the out. First baseman to pitcher covering. And on the play, Brendan Duncan comes in from third to score. Duchamp moves to third, and Lawson moves to second. So still 2 runners in scoring position now with 2 men down, and we go back to the top of the order for Jordan Summers.
New ball game. Here we go, Everett.
Here comes the pitch. Up high, ball one. This game, it did just have kind of a weird feel to it. It's like Everett was controlling it, but they just couldn't put it away. Spokane just kept hanging around, and as often happens in athletics, next thing you know, you got a tie ball game. The pitch is a curveball that drops in for a strike, and the count is 1-1.
Nice pitch.
Summers calls time, steps out of that left-handed batter's box to adjust his gloves, now gets back in. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball two.
Here we go.
Olmsted taking a lot of time. Gets the sign from his catcher, Klemp. The pitch is a curveball down low. 3-1 the count.
Here we go, Everett.
Again.
Ready, Trojan.
Summers steps out, adjusts his batting gloves, now gets back in. Shortstop Rodriguez pulled around toward the bag at second. Still playing deep. The 3-1 pitch. Down low, hit him. Low and inside and hit him, and that is actually a break. As that came to the backstop, and that would have allowed the runner from third, Jermaine Duchamp, to come in. So again, the bases are loaded.
Center fielder number 5, Jaden Vandervert.
And Jaden Vandervert will step in with 2 men down. We are tied at 6. The catcher, Nick Klemp, going to go out and have a word with his pitcher. The NWAC is rallying behind Wounded Warrior Project, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to honor and empower wounded warriors. Wounded Warrior Project connects the more than 100,000 wounded warriors, family members, and caregivers it serves with programs that empower them to live their lives on their own terms. Thanks to generous donors, Wounded Warrior Project is proud to offer these services free of charge. To get involved and learn more, visit woundedwarriorproject.org. And we are going to have a new pitcher as head coach JoJo Howie has seen enough of Connor Olmsted and has brought in somebody from the bullpen. We'll step away for 1 minute. We're tied at 6 in the bottom half of the 7th between Everett and Spokane.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Biden, the official ball of you.
The new pitcher is Brian Pino. He is a right-hander. On the season, no wins, 1 loss, an earned run average of 2.66. He has pitched in 23 and 2/3 innings. He has struck out 25 and he has walked 7. And we've seen Brian Pino pinch run on a couple of occasions here in the NWAC tournament. Definitely fleet of foot, and he comes into a pressure situation here in relief of Connor Olmsted as the bases are loaded with 2 men down. We have got a tie ball game between Everett and Spokane at 6-6. The batter is Jaden Vandervert. He has skied to center, he has walked, he has singled, and he's bounced to second. He is a left-handed batter. comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. And the count is 1 strike on Vandervert. Christian Padilla is in the on-deck circle for Spokane. Pino has the sign he wants. The 0-1 pitch. Catches the outside edge for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. So Pino, the 4th pitcher of the ball game for Everett. Pino looks down to his catcher, Klemp, has the sign he wants. The 0-2 pitch, outside ball 1, good waste pitch. Hoping that Vandervert would chase it outside, did not. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pino again looks down. The right-hander ready, the 1-2. There's a ground ball to the right side, right at the first baseman, Albin, who runs to the bag, and that will do it. But major damage by Spokane here in the bottom of the 7th. They come up with the 2 tying runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, 3 runners left. We've played 7. We're tied at 6, Everett and Spokane.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quade? See ya! Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
New pitcher for Spokane as they bring in the big guy, McCabe Cottrell, who pitched the opening game for Spokane. So if that doesn't tell you they want to win this ball game, nothing does. Cottrell, very good pitcher. He was lights out in that opening round win over Edmonds. He is a left-hander, a record of 6-1 on the year, earned run average of 1.94. In 74 innings, he has struck out 89, and he has walked 27. So Cottrell in as Spokane trying to stay alive and live to play another day tomorrow in this NWAC tournament. And again, if they win, they would play Lower Columbia tomorrow. And then the winner of that game would play Everett for the championship. Everett, right now anyway, the only unbeaten team in the tournament. Another defensive change as Mitch Dean enters the game to play third base for Spokane. So McCabe Cottrell on. He is the third pitcher for Spokane. And he'll face Kyle Rodriguez, Kenny McCormick, and Nick Klemp. The first pitch. Down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. And I'm sure that Lower Columbia is happy to see Cottrell pitching tonight, thinking maybe they won't have to face him tomorrow. He is a tough hombre. Next pitch down low, ball 2. Left-hander ready. The 2-0 pitch inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Cottrell, a freshman out of Freeman. The next pitch, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. issued to Kyle Rodriguez here in the top half of the 8th.
Here you go, Kenny. Huh? Little poke out there, huh?
The DH number 24, Kenny McCormick.
Here we go.
Kenny McCormick steps in, the DH. He has struck out. He has singled. He's been hit by a pitch, and he struck out. Rodriguez gets his lead over at first. Cottrell ready. The pitch in there for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Cottrell ready, checks the runner at first, the 0-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Or check that, ball 1, 1-1 the count. No wind at the moment here at Story Field in Longview. Outfield straight away. Center fielder Vandervert, very deep.
Here we go.
The 1-1 pitch to McCormick. Right at the knees on the outside edge for a called strike, and the count is 1-2.
Here we go. Hit. Here we go.
Cottrell, long look down to his catcher, Justin Lutz. The 1-2 pitch. Down low, kicks off the shin guard of the catcher. And I'm not sure what he was thinking, but all of it, he just kind of was sitting there like he was going to adjust a shin guard or something. And now the coach for Spokane is coming out. It kicked away from him, and that allowed the runner from first, Rodriguez, to move all the way around to third. And now we're going to have a discussion amongst the umpires here, and I'm not sure exactly what that's all about. All 4 umpires in on the conference here as they're in between the pitching mound and first base. And first baseman Jermaine Duchamp trying to get within earshot to see if he can hear what they're saying.
Is he going to relay it to us? Little 42, what are you doing?
The discussion continues.
Oh, yeah, he's not little.
I'm not sure what...
You a big fly on the wall.
Not sure what this is all about.
Oh my gosh, they're going to review it?
And now the play is going to be under review, so we'll see what that's all about.
I have no idea. I do not know.
So
I was not as close as number 42 to the action. But I don't think he heard anything.
McCormick, are they saying it hit him? I guess that's the question. If it hit him, that might be why McCormick has moved on down to first base.
I think it did hit him. Isn't that why it went bye-bye?
So that is what is under review right now, and that would seem to be the only thing that maybe could have happened, but McCormick did not leave the batter's box right away. He did not act like a guy who had been hit by a pitch. And the ball kicked away from the catcher, who really didn't move toward it quickly at all, and that allowed the runner at first, Kyle Rodriguez, to motor all the way around from first to third. So that play is under review right now, but McCormick is out at first, and that makes me think that he knows they're going to say he got hit by a pitch. In the meantime, McCabe Cottrell, and there you get a chance to see the replay, and it did. It hit him on the back leg. So it hit him on the back leg, so he is aboard at first. Rodriguez will move to second. So that's exactly why the catcher, Justin Lutz, I don't want to say that he was nonchalant, but it's also why he didn't sprint after the baseball right away.
Runners on first and second.
So McCormick has been hit by a pitch for the second time tonight. So 2 runners aboard with nobody out, and Nick Klemp, the catcher, will step in, and we are going to get a visit to the mound as they're going to try and get McCabe Cottrell dialed back in as he came in and walked the leadoff hitter here in the 8th and hits the second batter. And boy, he didn't do that the other night on the opening night of the tournament. He was absolutely lights out against Edmonds as he just completely overmatched the Tritons that night. The entire infield is pulled in. This break will give us a chance to tell you a little bit about Centralia College, which is your college for associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly.
Okay, let's go Trojans!
So Nick Klemp, the catcher, will step in. He has skied to right. He's reached on an error, and he's bounced to short, and he is singled, so he's 1 for 4. Tie ball game here in the top of the 8th, 6-6. Everett and Spokane. Cottrell has a signing once. First baseman Duchamp. Cubs up expecting a bunt. The pitch is inside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. And if Cottrell has been pretty much exclusively a starter, it's a different role. And sometimes you get into a rhythm as a starter and you come in as a reliever. It's just not the same.
It's true. Very true.
Infield pulled up, medium depth. The 1-0 pitch. Squared to bunt, takes the pitch inside. And the Spokane faithful thought that he perhaps offered at it. First base umpire Brad McGee said he in fact did not. And now he has warned somebody in the Spokane dugout. And now the home plate umpire is asking
Okay, here we go, Trojans! Here we go, runners. Here we
head
go.
coach Brian Winston to go back to the dugout. So the count is 2 balls and no strikes on Nick Klemp. Nolan, check that. McLean is in the on-deck circle for Everett. And the home plate umpire, Josh Marshall, is making notes as well. So there has been an official warning. McCabe Cottrell peers down to get the sign from Justin Lutz. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Again, squares to bunt, pulls the bat back. This one is down low. 3-0 the count. Runner out at second, being held on by the shortstop, Jace Edwards. And Cottrell, who was in such a rhythm the other night and working quickly, working very deliberately here. The 3-0 pitch way inside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Nick Klemp. So he's pitched to 3 batters. He has walked 2 and he hit 1. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And in steps Tyler McLean. McLean popped to second his first time up.
Right fielder number 27, Tyler McLean.
On the year, McLean, a .253 hitter with 1 home run and 17 RBIs. Cottrell appears like he'll pitch from the stretch. He will, with the bases loaded and nobody down. The infield in. The pitch is a curveball that drops in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Boy, if he could wiggle out of this with no runs scored, that'd be a huge feat. Everett looking to go ahead here in a tie ball game, 6-6 in the top of the 8th. The pitch is a fastball down low. The count is 1-1. Center fielder Vandervert, a couple of steps toward right center. Corner outfielders straight away. McLean calls time and steps out.
Here we go. Hit it hard somewhere, huh?
Cottrell taking a long time. The pitch hit sharply down the left field line. Fair ball in toward the corner. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. The throw comes in, and McLean delivers with a 2-run double here in the top half of the 8th inning. How about that? Tyler McLean, who did not start the ball game, has come up big for the Trojans here in the top half of the 8th with a 2-run double. And just like that, Everett leads it by a score of 8-6. Coming in to score, Rodriguez and Kenny McCormick. And moving around to third is Nick Klemp.
Wow. This game of baseball, wow. Crazy.
And we are going to get a pitching change. So McCabe Cottrell, who was so good on the opening night, does not record an out here in relief tonight against Everett. And we're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back in 1 minute. It's 8-6, Everett leading Spokane.
I chose Centralia College because I wanted to stay close at home while getting a great education. Playing for a smaller school has a strong sense of a community, and they just want to see you succeed. We're bigger than just a team. We're a big family. My name is Dylan. I play baseball at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
The new pitcher for Spokane is Chase Grillo. He is a right-hander. A record on the year of 1 win, 1 loss, an earned run average of 0.82. He pitched 11 innings. He struck out 9, and he walked 4. So Chase Grillo is the new pitcher. He would be the 4th pitcher of the night for Spokane. Grillo is a 6'3" freshman out of Kamiakin High School in Kennewick. So still nobody down. Runners on second and third. And the batter is Mitch Albin, who had a 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning. The pitch outside, ball 1. Boy, this game has had some twists and turns here. 8 runs on 16 hits for Everett, 6 runs on 10 hits for Spokane. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a good fastball. Who would have thought that McCabe Cottrell, the ace of the Spokane staff, would come in and fail to record an out in the top half of the 8th. And make no bones about it, McCabe Cottrell is a terrific pitcher. The 1-1 pitch, inside, ball 2, 2-1 the count. Infield plays up to cut down the potential run at the plate. Grillo pitching from the stretch with runners on second and third. The pitch fouled into the screen off to the right of home plate. Count 2-2 on Mitch Albin. Besides the home run in the second, Albin was hit by a pitch in the third, bounced back to the mound in the 5th, and bounced to second in the 7th. 1 for 4 on the evening. Now Albin calls time and steps out, takes a practice cut, gets back in. Right-handed batter. The 2-2 pitch, curveball, line drive, caught at first base by Jermaine Duchamp. Caught it and just stepped right on the bag. That's where the line drive took him, so that is one big out here in the top half of the 8th. There you see the replay. Catches. I thought he stepped on the bag. I lied to you. He didn't step on the bag. He was a few feet behind it.
We're not done yet, Tom. Here we go.
You got to watch me.
Here we go, buddy. Here we go.
1 man down. In steps Takeshi Kubota. Kubota is 3 of 4, and they're going to walk him. He's had a really good night, so they're going to put him on board. That'll set up a double play, potential double play. And we go back to the top of the order for Charlie Larson. Bases loaded, 1 down. Larson has a couple of singles in 5 appearances. The pitch, down low, kicks away from the catcher, but not far enough for advance by the runners. Kicked off about 7-8 feet to the right of home plate. 1 ball the count on Larson. Larson is the 7th hitter to hit in this inning. Now he calls time to step out and adjust a batter's glove. Now he gets back in. Grillo peers down to his catcher, Justin Lutz. The 1-0 pitch, fouled up and out of play, first base side. Count evens up at 1-1. Still no wind here at Story Field in Longview. Turned into a very pleasant evening. We had kind of a freak rain shower. Still not sure where exactly that came out of. Didn't amount to very much, and it was still hanging in the low 70s as the rain fell. Grillo shakes off a sign. Now he steps off the rubber. Gets back up on top. Supposed to be in the mid-70s tomorrow, so should be ideal baseball weather for Championship Monday. Again, steps off the rubber. Infield drops back, looking for a double play. Grillo comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, takes it down low. 2-1 the count. Everett looking to add on. They've plated 2 runs here in the 8th. They take an 8-6 lead. 8 runs on 16 hits, 2 errors for Everett. 6 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors for Spokane. And those errors on Spokane early in the ballgame were really costly. The 2-1 pitch. Called a strike right at the knees on the outside edge. And the count evens up now at 2-2. You're watching NWAC Championship Baseball on Topher Vision. Delighted you're with us. Been a great day of baseball. Lower Columbia down Tacoma earlier today. Next pitch is a curveball, drops a little bit low. And the count now 3-2. No place to put Charlie Larson. Can you imagine the pressure that Grillo feels? The 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Good fastball up in the zone. And that is out number 2, big out. And that'll bring in Sam Linscott. Linscott is 4 of 5 on the evening. He has 4 singles in his first 4 appearances. Last time up, he bounced to short. So a terrific night. Came in hitting .327 with 7 home runs. I'm amazed how far off the plate he stands. You'd think he could not cover the outside part of the plate, but obviously he does. The pitch, right at the knees for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Down to the final 3 teams. The 2 teams you're watching right here, and Lower Columbia. The only unbeaten, Everett. The pitch, next pitch, right at the knees again for a strike. Count 0-2. Big time pitch by Chase Grillo. 0-2 the count on Sam Linscott. Grillo, after stepping off, now gets back up on top. Runners get their leads from all 3 bases. Grillo comes set The 0-2. Way outside. Gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow a run to come in to score. Nick Klemp comes in from third base. Everett tacks on another one. And all of a sudden, it's a 9-6 ball game. The other runners move up. McLean moves to third, and Takeshi Kubota moves to second. 1-2 is the count on Sam Linscott. So the wheels have kind of come off on Spokane here in the top half of the 8th. The pitch. There's a ball hit out toward the shortstop. By the shortstop into left center field. That's going to pick up 2 more runs. And all of a sudden, Everett has broken this thing wide open. Sam Linscott is now 5 of 6 on the evening. And Everett now leads it by a score of 11-6. Tyler McLean coming in from third base and Takeshi Kubota coming in from second. Good clutch hitting by Sam Linscott. Grillo delivers to Austin Houck, who is the 9th man to bat this inning. They have plated 5 runs on just 2 hits. 1-0 the count on Houck. Now he calls time and steps out. Grillo looks over his left shoulder at the runner at first. The pitch outside, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Right now, you would think that it's going to be Lower Columbia and Everett tomorrow. Lower Columbia would need to beat Everett twice to win the championship. The 2-0 pitch hit sharply foul, third base side, foul by a good margin. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Linscott, his lead over at first, being held on by Duchamp. The 2-1 pitch. There's a ball hit right out to the shortstop. Edwards goes a short way to second to get the force on Sam Linscott coming down from first. But Everett comes up big. 5 runs on 2 hits. There was no error and 1 runner left. On to the bottom of the 8th. The score, Everett 11, Spokane 6.
We see you. Be your resourceful self at Clark College. We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
On to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Brian Pino, the 4th pitcher for Everett, will face numbers 3, 4, and 5 for Spokane. Christian Padilla, Justin Lutz, and Jace Edwards. Pino will pitch from the stretch with nobody on base. Here's the first pitch, hit back up the middle, and it's going to be fielded there by the shortstop Rodriguez. Strong throw to first base. Nice play by Kyle Rodriguez. Ranging to his left. I thought that had a chance to get into center field, but Rodriguez closed on it quickly, and there you see it. In behind the bag at second and through on the run. That's a tough play, and that was a close play. But they do record the out. So 6-3 is the put out. And that'll bring in Justin Lutz, who's had a nice ball game tonight. 2 of 3 officially. The first pitch to Lutz outside. Baden Sports is proud to be the official ball partner of the NWAC Championships. For nearly 40 years, Baden Balls have set the standard for quality and craftsmanship, delivering world-class game balls to colleges and national conferences across the country. Baden, it's all about perfection. Next pitch, swung on a miss. Count evens up at 1-1 on Justin Lutz. Pino, working from the third base side of the rubber, delivers the next pitch a little bit low. Count 2 balls, 1 strike on Lutz. Be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports, and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. 2-1 the count. Next pitch, breaking ball inside, hit him down near the foot. So Lutz is aboard with 1 out. Seen a lot of hit batters in this tournament.
The shortstop, number 2, Jace Edwards.
In steps Jace Edwards. Edwards, hitless in 4 appearances tonight. He has scored a run. The pitch up high and inside. Had to duck away from it. Count 1 ball on Edwards. Brendan Duncan is in the on-deck circle for Spokane. Lights have not yet taken full effect here at Story Field. The 1-0 pitch. Catches the outside edge. Good breaking ball from Brian Pino. And the count evens up at 1-1. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen, and the count goes to 1-2. Be interesting to see who Eric Lane throws tomorrow for Lower Columbia. Mitch Line would be working on 3 full days rest. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Curveball down low and away. Good stop by the catcher, Nick Klemp. 2-2 the count on Edwards.
Here we go, 1-6. You got this. Here we go.
The runner Lutz playing it pretty close over there at first base. He doesn't want to get picked off. Down by 5 runs here in the bottom half of the 8th. The 2-2 pitch, just a little bit low. The count runs full.
Here we go, kid.
This ball game, been a long ball game, currently 3 hours and 12 minutes old. We've had some long days at the ballpark, Mr. Rowland. Next pitch fouled up and out of play. Kirk Rowland, tournament director, seated to my left. He's been all over the place here throughout the tournament. 3-2 the count on Edwards. 3-2 pitch. Lifted in the air. Center field. Center fielder Linscott going back on the ball. Near the warning track. Hauls it in. I'll tell you what. This is a really good-looking center fielder, Sam Linscott, for Everett. He got a nice break on the ball and just ran straight back on it and ran it down. 2 men down now in the 8th inning. There you see the replay on it as he chased it down right at the warning track in straightaway center field. In steps Brendan Duncan. Duncan is 1 for 3 officially. He was also hit by a pitch. Singled his last time up. Here's the pitch. Called a strike. Right at the knees. I think Duncan thought it might have been a little low. Turns and talks to the home plate umpire in a professional manner. Pino ready, the 0-1 pitch. Popped up Right side of the infield. Second baseman Hauk takes charge, settles under it, makes the catch. And that will do it for Spokane here in the top of the 8th. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. On to the bottom of the 8th. Everett 11, Spokane 6.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
There you see a real nice shot of the twilight sky here over Longview from the camera crew from Topher Vision. Beautiful colors in the sky tonight. Chase Grillo, the 4th pitcher for Spokane, will face the top 3rd. Or check that. The numbers 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the lineup for Everett. Kyle Rodriguez will step in to face Grillo. The first pitch is a strike called. Low strike at that. And the count is 1 strike on Rodriguez. He'll be followed by Kenny McCormick and Nick Klemp. The next pitch, curveball, check swing. Did he go? They say he did. Count 2 strikes now on Kyle Rodriguez. This is a really good-looking young shortstop. 1 for 4 officially, also mixed in a walk, has scored a run. The next pitch, fastball outside, 1-2 the count.
I know, that's where those rain showers came from, you know? Yeah.
Next pitch, chopped by the mound out towards second base. Brendan Duncan fields cleanly and throws cleanly, so 1 down here in the top half of the 9th. And that'll bring in Kenny McCormick. McCormick has singled. He's been hit by a pitch on 2 different occasions, and he has struck out on 2 others. Right-handed batter. Grillo ready. The pitch is a fastball just off the outside edge at the knees, and the count is 1 ball. Grillo gets it up there in a hurry. 1-0 pitch, fouled, a check swing foul, and the count evens up at 1-1. I think he might have hit that off the knob of the bat. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball circles a little bit and is a little bit high. 2-1 the count on McCormick. Outfield straightaway, still no wind. I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of wind over this tournament. 2-1 pitch, right at the knees. That's a nice pitch by Grillo. 2-2 the count. Grillo had good movement on his fastball. I think tails back in on a right-handed hitter. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Took a little something off it. McCormick way out in front of it, so he's a strikeout victim. 2 down here in the top half of the 9th, and that'll bring in Nick Klemp, the catcher. First pitch tomorrow, Championship Monday, 5 minutes past 12 noon. If you're watching or listening and you can get here tomorrow, do so. The pitch, and it hit him right in the back. That had to hurt. I mean, it hit him between the shoulder blades, so he trots on down to first base, and that was a fastball. There you see it right there. Man, it just hit him right between the two number ones for number 11. He's okay, but wow.
Right fielder number 27.
That'll bring in Tyler McLean, and McLean came up huge in the 8th inning with a big double. The first pitch fouled, or hit down the right field line, foul, and it's going to drift into the bullpen down there. And the count is 1 strike on Tyler McLean. McLean laced his double down the left field line. 1 strike to count on the Everett right fielder. Klemp gets his lead off at first base. The pitch, curveball down low and away. And Klemp started to break towards second. They fired down to second, and he thought better of it, managed to get back to first. I think he was thinking that ball was going to get away from the Spokane catcher, Justin Lutz, and it did not. 1-1 the count on McLean.
Here we go, 2-7. Here you go, kid. Extremely dark back here.
1-1 pitch. Lifted in the air. Right field side foul again. 1-2 the count on McLean. Wearing the number 27 on the gray Everett Trojan uniform. Right-handed batter stands well off the plate. The next pitch is a fastball way outside, and boy, Justin Lutz had to take a stab at it to catch that thing way outside. 2-2 the count now. The 2-2 pitch, just a little bit low, ball 3, 3-2, and Klemp will be off with the pitch. Full count, 2 down here in the top of the 9th. Again, Everett now leading Spokane 11-6. Here's the next pitch, outside, ball 4, and it gets away from the catcher, Kuntz. Klemp takes a wide turnaround second, but thinks better of it. So runners on first and second now with 2 men down. And that'll bring in Mitch Albin.
First baseman number 5, Mitch Albin.
Here we go, Mitch. It's going to hit Mitch. Huh? Here we go, kids. Here we go, Mitch.
Grillo has the side he wants. The pitch, outside ball 1. Albin with the 2-run home run in the second.
Here we go, 5.
Officially 1 for 4 on the night. He was also hit by a pitch.
1 for 4. Come on, let's fix that. Huh? Let's fix that.
Runners get their leads at first and second base. First baseman Duchamp plays way in behind the runner, protecting the line. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on a miss. Man, that was high heat, and Albin was trying to go downtown with that one. 1-1 the count on Mitch. Hitting .301 on the year. I'm worried about Kirk sitting next to me. He just sneezed 4 times in a row. Can he do the post-game interview? There's a pop-up into right field. The right fielder, Padilla, settles under it, makes the catch. And that'll do it for Everett here. The end of the top half of the 9th. No runs on no hits, no errors. 2 runners left. On to the bottom half of the 9th. Last call. Everett leading Spokane 11-6.
Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
On to the bottom half of the ninth inning. Spokane's going to have to come up with 5 runs to tie if they want to prolong this game and stay alive in the NWAC championship tournament. Everett leading Spokane 11-6. Brian Pino looking to close it out. He'll face the number 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup for Spokane. Jermaine Dusham, Kyle Lawson, and Mr. Edwards. The first pitch, a strike, and the count is 0-1 on Dusham. Pino ready. The 0-1 popped up and out of play. Count quickly, 2 strikes on Jermaine Dusham. Jermaine off to the left of the batter's box, takes a little practice cut, now gets back in. The 0-2 pitch, curveball hit right back through the middle, and nice stop out there by the second baseman. Houck throws to first in time. Boy, nice play by the second baseman, Austin Houck, who closed on that ball quickly, and a sliding stop out there, got to his feet quickly, and records the out. Big time play by Austin Houck. 1 down here in the bottom of the ninth.
The DH number 7, Kyle Lawson.
That will bring in Kyle Lawson, who has a pair of singles. He's hit into a fielder's choice and he's walked. Officially 2 for 3. The pitch in there for a strike, right at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Pino ready, the 0-1 is a curveball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 0-2. And right now, that's all Brian Pino wants to do is throw strikes. Pino's ready, the 0-2. Called strike 3, fastball right at the knees. Good pitch by Brian Pino, so Lawson is called out on strikes, and that'll bring in Thomas Edwards. No, Mitch Dean, excuse me, Mitch Dean is going to be the hitter. Dean came in defensively at third base after Edwards had pinch hit for Levi Brenneman. So Mitch Dean is the batter. The first pitch to Mitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball, and the count is 1 strike. Game 3 hours and 28 minutes old. The 0-1 to Dean. Popped up foul territory, first base side, first baseman. Mitch Albin runs out of room over there. Kind of lost sight of him from my vantage point. Count 2 strikes, and the Everett faithful cheer in anticipation of a win and a date in the championship game tomorrow, or games plural, possibly, against Lower Columbia. The pitch, fouled, back into the screen. Count remains 0-2 on Levi Brenneman. The 0-2 pitch, curveball, fouled, up and out of play again. Dean making Pino work. Pino back up on top. Next pitch, down low. Count 1-2 on Dean.
Here you go, Pino.
Pino has a sign he wants. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up again and out of play. Boy, Mitch Dean hanging tough. Pino, after getting the new baseball, gets back up on top, looks down to his catcher, Klemp. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Good job, Pino.
That will do it. Brian Pino comes in and closes it out. And the Everett Trojans are still the only unbeaten in the NWAC championship tournament. And Lower Columbia is going to have to win twice tomorrow to capture the trophy. For Spokane at the bottom of the ninth, no runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left. The line score on the ball game, Everett, 11 runs on 17 hits. They commit 2 errors, they left 15. Spokane, 6 runs on 10 hits, they commit 3 errors, and they left 13. The winning pitcher for Everett in relief, Aiden Adams, and the losing pitcher for Spokane was starting pitcher Nick Merkel. The time of the game was 3 hours and 29 minutes. In just a minute, we'll go down to the field where Kirk Rowland will have a winning interview.
Direct your attention behind home plate near the Lower Columbia logo. Marco Zerdia, the executive director of the NWAC, would like to.
You might hear Dave Andrew. Right now, they are going to present the third place trophy to Spokane. Marco Azurdia, the executive director of the NWAC, will make that presentation.
Outstanding season for the Sasquatch. Coach Brian Winston, congratulations,
Head Coach
Spokane.
Brian Winston receiving the trophy from Marco Azurdia. Marco, just a terrific
now,
guy, and has done a fantastic job as the executive director.
We'll go to Kirk Rowland. Kirk?
Let's go down to Kirk.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. We have Sam Linscott with us, and how about this game, ladies and gentlemen? 5 for 6, 3 RBIs, and great defense. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, have you got a lot of 5-hit ball games on your resume?
I don't.
First one?
Yeah, first 5-hit game, so hopefully we can keep this rolling.
Absolutely. We'll talk about this game. You got the lead, you gave it up, but your team never gave up and you came right back. Talk about your teammates and what happened here today.
We knew it wasn't going to be easy. We just had some faith and were able to pull out the win.
All right. Well, you guys are in the good spot. 2 chances tomorrow. I know you want to do it in one. What do you think about playing Lower Columbia for the title tomorrow?
Sounds good. We're ready to dogpile.
All right. Sounds like Everett's got a plan. All right. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Trojans. Congratulations, JoJo Howie. We'll see you guys tomorrow, high noon, right here for the NWAC Championship.
All right, Kirk Rowland down on the field with Sam Linscott, a man alive. Did he ever have a good day? He was 5 of 6 at the plate, and he is a terrific center fielder. I got a correction on the winning and losing pitchers, as Brian Pino actually came in after the game was tied, so he is the pitcher of record. He picks up the win in relief, and McCabe Cottrell, who came in relief late in the ball game, is the losing pitcher. So I kind of lost track of that. My apologies to you watching on Topher Vision. So give Pino the win and McCabe Cottrell the loss. So again, it's Lower Columbia and Everett tomorrow. First pitch, 12:05. Lower Columbia would have to win twice to capture the title. Your final score tonight: Everett 11, Spokane 6. My name's Jim DeBruler. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.